Good evening, everybody, and welcome to Lovington Lady Cat Basketball. Wildcat Basketball, too, on the Lovington Sports YouTube channel, HobbsAmerica.com, and on the Z94 KZOR Facebook page. Lovington Wildcat Basketball brought to you tonight by Stone Oilfield Services, Man Welding, the Lee County Electric Cooperative, Bob's Thriftway, and Eunice Pump and Supply. Lovington Lady Cat and Wildcat Basketball also brought to you tonight by the Lovington Schools, Lovington Auto Supply, Devon Energy, Nowell Pharmacy, and the First American Bank of Lovington. I'm TJ Miracle flying solo tonight as the Lovington Cats and Lady Cats open up the district season against the Artesia Bulldogs and Lady Bulldogs. Of course, we will have the girls coming up first as the Lady Cats come into tonight at 10-9, and they are currently ranked 12th in Class 4A. They're taking on an Artesia Lady Bulldogs team that is 11-8 on the season, and they are right now seated number 6 in Class 4A. JV game, of course, right before this one, the Lovington Lady Cat JV getting the big victory tonight, 36-31. So congratulations to the Lovington Lady Cats and getting their first win of the JV district season. So the two teams come in on slightly different trajectories, I guess you could say, as their last game, Lovington won a hard-fought battle in Eunice against the Lady Cardinals 60-53, while the Artesia Lady Bulldogs lost to the Hobbs Lady Eagles 67-37. Now in those last games, of course, Lovington in Eunice without the services of Elizabeth Windia was out hurt as Elizabeth got hurt in the ball game against Carlsbad and was injured. So hopefully, she's had time to heal up and should be back tonight. I do believe she is out on the court. We'll double check that for you here in just a few minutes. Leading scorer in that ball game, though, Malaya Castro absolutely took that ball game over and did a great job. She led the Lady Cats against Eunice with 26 points in the ball game. Aubrey Aranda chipping in 10 in the winning effort for that one. Erlyn Salcido was 6, and she also had 9 rebounds in the ball game. So a great game for them. For the Lady Cats, sometimes they kind of go a little bit cold, and that's what let Eunice come back and get a little bit closer in that one. But the Lady Cats pulling it out, and if they are back at full strength tonight, will be even more important. Now, for the Artesia Lady Bulldogs, it was one of those rare occasions. It was a game I did, actually filling in for Ty Friend over on the Hobbs Sports channel. And Hobbs pretty much just ran them off the court, but it was the Coda Beltran show for Artesia as Beltran, 23 of the 37 points in that ball game. And of those, 7 of them were from beyond the arc. So 21 of her 23 were from the three-point line. For the Lovington Lady Cats tonight, going to be very important for them to come out and come out hot. With this Artesia team, they are going to be extremely physical. One thing that the Hobbs Lady Eagles did a nice job of on defense was finding a way to frustrate the Lady Bulldog offense. The Lady Bulldogs, they can definitely play outside with Coda Beltran. Kimber Beltran, she's been known to jack the threes up as well, but they really frustrated Jenna Whitmire and Lauren Wagner inside. Didn't let them really get going. Matter of fact, Whitmire got in foul trouble early and fouled out early in the fourth quarter of that ball game. So if the Lovington Lady Cats can find a way to kind of frustrate them on offense, that will be a good thing. On defense, just continue to fluster and frustrate. You've got to keep a hand in the face of Coda Beltran, though. If she can get any kind of open look, she is going to take it. This Lovington Lady Cats team matches up extremely well as far as size and speed goes. It's the experience factor, though, that Artesia is going to have the edge in. As the two teams have finished warming up, heading back over to their respective benches, we will take a quick timeout and come back and give you the starting lineups and tip this one off. This has been your Stone Oilfield Services pregame. Folks at Stone Oilfield Services, proud supporters of your Lovington Lady Cats and Wildcats. Back in a couple of minutes with the start of this one. This is Lovington Lady Cat Basketball on the Lovington Sports YouTube channel, HobbsAmerica.com, and the Z94 KZOR Facebook page.
Attention shoppers, Bob's Thriftway welcomes you to Lovington, New Mexico. This week you'll save big on grocery items throughout their store. Save big on produce, household items, bread products, and meats. Every week, Bob's Thriftway has big savings for their customers. Bob's Thriftway is your local hometown grocery store. So for the freshest produce, the best meats, shop Bob's Thriftway, 906 West Avenue D in Lovington.
He is proud to support the athletic programs of Lovington High School this season. By partnering with local schools in Lovington, Devon is making an investment in the long-term future of the community. Sports teach discipline, teamwork, and leadership. Skills our youth will use to succeed for a lifetime. From the Devon team to yours, Devon Energy wishes you good luck this season, both on the field and in the classroom. Go Wildcats!
A smarter, easier way to manage your Lee County Electric account. It is called SmartHub. Now you can pay your bill anywhere, anytime, with 24-hour access to your account. It is free and simple to use. Just search for the SmartHub app on your cell phone or device and download the free app, or go to our website at lcecnet.com and look for the SmartHub logo to view your account or pay your bill online. Managing your Lee County Electric account conveniently and securely with SmartHub. Lee County Electric, owned by those we serve.
Has been around for over 30 years and is excited to continue their services to the community. They take pride in their employees and their hard work and dedication, and most importantly, take pride in the youth of Lee County. Eunice Pump and Supply is a proud supporter of all Lee County athletics and academics. Eunice Pump and Supply, 1310 Avenue O in Eunice, another proud supporter of Lee County athletics.
At some point, you'll have a question or need to replace or fix something on your vehicle. Whether your vehicle is new or ancient, Lovington Auto Supply is your trusted advisor when you need dependable auto parts. Not only do they have the parts you need, they have real answers to your real automotive questions, and that help keeps your vehicle running longer and stronger. Quality parts, helpful people. Lovington Auto Supply, 217 West Avenue D in Lovington. Napa, get up and go.
75 years. Being open for that length of time can only happen with consistency, service, and local engagement. Now Pharmacy has supported the local youth in the city of Lovington for over 75 years. When you need a pharmacist, you can trust that Now Pharmacy will be there for your needs. Go by Now Pharmacy, located at 122 West Adams in Lovington today. Now Pharmacy, a proud supporter of the Lovington Wildcats.
And welcome back to Lovington Lady Cat Basketball here on the Lovington Sports YouTube channel, HobbsAmerica.com, and on the Z94 KZOR Facebook page. I'm TJ Miracle flying solo tonight. Dawn Morgan is on assignment with the Hobbs Lady Eagles tonight. So we will start out with the starting lineup for the visiting Artesia Lady Bulldogs. They come in at 11-8 on the season. Of course, under longtime head coach Jeff Hodling. Their starters tonight will be number 11, Audrey Vello, number 21, Coda Beltran, number 23, Kimber Beltran, number 32, Hattie Harrison, and number 45, Lauren Wagner. For your Lovington Lady Cats under Chief Bridgeforth, his first season back at the helm of the Lady Cat program, his starters tonight will be number 5, Aubrey Aranda, number 10, Myra Castro, number 12, Malaya Castro, number 20, Elizabeth Buendia, back from injury, and number 24, Erlin Salcedo. For the visiting Lady Bulldogs, they are in the road orange jerseys and trunks with the black letters and numbers with Bulldogs across the front. For the Lady Cats, they are in the home whites with the blue letters and numbers with Lovington Wildcats on the front. So just about ready to go in this one. District 2023 tips off tonight. The district season extremely important for both of these teams. Lovington should match up pretty well. Keep a hand in the face of Beltran, see if you can frustrate them on both ends of the court, and then attack when you got the basketball. As Salcedo will head to the Big Cat in the center of Art Carger Court. She will take the jump tonight against Hattie Harrison, and we are ready to go. Lovington Lady Cat basketball for you tonight. The Cats and the Dogs to start district. That's the way you want to see it. So here we go, and the opening tip-off is going to be controlled by Artesia's. Beltran will take it, and she'll move it over to the left side. She'll toss it back to Vello, then coming near side to Coda, trying to get it inside to Wagner. She finds some room, puts it high off the glass, and up and good, and Artesia strikes first. They are up quickly 2-0. They did not really do a whole lot of pressure. Wagner had a good look, and a high pass, and that one will be overthrown. Trying to get to Castro in the corner, and that'll be the first turnover of the ball game for your Lady Cats. 2-0 just underway here in the district opener. As it'll be Velo, she'll run the point, takes it across the big cat, comes to Coda on the near side to Harrison. The high inlet pass into the right base and up by Wagner, and she travels before the shot goes up. And so Lovington dodging a bullet right there as Wagner takes an extra step. And that'll be turnover number 1. So into the front court come the Lady Cats as it'll be Castro bouncing it out, gets it to Buendia. A little head fake to the free throw line, throws the fastball in, and a 10-footer is up and rolling around. Won't go for Salcido, and Wagner with the rebound as the Lady Cats drop back on D. To Beltran in the front court. That's Coda coming near side to Kimber. Kimber, the high inlet pass again to Wagner. She backs down on Salcido and up and in. They have got to find a way to slow that down. 4-0 is the score. Artesia up early. Little trap pressure as they cross into the offensive zone. Driving down the baseline, getting it under to Salcido. She puts up a shot and is going to be fouled as Wagner and Harrison both in the neighborhood, and they're going to whistle that one on Harrison. Her first personal, first team foul. And Erlyn Salcido will head to the line to shoot 2. And Salcido puts up the first, and it bounces off the back of the iron too hard. And Lovington still looking for their first points of the ball game. 4-0 here early, 6:41 remaining in the first. As the ref will give Salcido the ball back, she'll put up her second shot, and that one is going to be short. And the rebound will come into the hands of Velo. So Velo will keep it herself into the front court with Beltran. Pulls the three-point trigger. That one is going to be in and out. Fight for it underneath. And coming away with it is Salcido, who immediately hands it off to Buendia. Elizabeth comes back, drives the lane, and goes in hard and is fouled. So that'll put Buendia at the line for 2. Like that they're attacking. They're going to whistle the hack there on Coda Beltran. Her first personal, second team foul on Artesia. Buendia with the left leg taped up pretty heavily. Puts up the first, and Elizabeth gets that one to fall, and Lovington is on the board. We were told it was a hamstring problem she had, but has it taped up in his back and is moving pretty well. Second one is up and good. Well, Lovington cuts it in half. It's now 4-2 in favor of the Lady Bulldogs. Well, the inbound will come to Velo. She'll take it right up center court. She'll move it up under pressure from Castro. Gets it over to Harrison with Buendia on her tight. Trying to get the high inlet. It is knocked away. Second turnover for Artesia. Back down come the Lady Cats. It'll be Buendia. Drives in. Puts it high off the glass. No good. And Wagner will have her second rebound with authority. Leaves it off for Velo, who pushes it forward to Beltran. Throw the fastball into Harrison. She goes in hard to the rack and is fouled. She'll go to the line for 2. I think they're going to get Myra for that one. We'll see for sure what they call. Wow, actually they're going to get the hack on Buendia. So Elizabeth's first personal. First team foul on the Lady Cats, and at the line will be Hattie Harrison. Harrison's first shot is up, and it is good. So now 5-2 in favor of Artesia. Of course, doubleheader tonight. Girls first, then the boys will play about 15 minutes after the conclusion of this one. Second one for Harrison is up, and she gets that one to fall. So 6-2 is the score. Castro, as that one gets booted right back to her. So to Myra, going into the left corner for Aranda. Slides in, now she's going to have to toss it back out. Buendia, WNBA 3, and that one is going to be off the mark. And the rebound by Kimber Beltran. Kimber keeps it herself into the front court, gives it off. That'll be Velo, comes back near side to the wing for Beltran. High inlet pass again on the right base and up and in for Wagner. They've got to find a way to shut that one down. And it's 8-2, and Coach Chief Bridgeforth says, all right, let's talk about this one. 5:24 to go in the first. Artesia 8, Lovington 2. Back in 30 on the Lovington Sports YouTube channel.
And we are excited to be back. The Lovington Municipal School District welcomes our amazing students, staff, and families. With over 3,000 students across 10 campuses, the Lovington School District is the pride of Lee County. As we build Champion Cats, we're looking forward to seeing you at school activities. For on-demand updates about Lovington schools, please log on to lovingtonschools.net.
Back here at Art Carter Court at Wildcats, taking the time out. as Artesia up 8-2. They have yet to find an answer for Lauren Wagner right baseline. So got to slow that one down. Lovington has had some opportunities. Haven't gotten anything to fall yet as Buendia will control off the inbound. Get it to Malaya. She'll pick up the dribble now to Salcido. Salcido gets hammered from behind. No call. And it'll be the second turnover for the Lady Cats. The Cat faithful not liking it. Refs not catching it. They'll go to Wagner. Right corner. Now around to Velo to the free throw line with Harrison to Beltran. Beltran moves it around, and that one will be stolen away. Malaya Castro forces the turnover, takes it coast to coast, and lays it up and in. Malaya Castro forcing the turnover and getting the bucket. So Lovington cuts it in half. Now 8-4 in favor of Artesia. Little backcourt pressure this time. They'll come to Wagner, and she'll pick up the dribble just as she crosses into the offensive zone. The fastball to Harrison tosses it out. Beltran for three, and that one is good. They lost her in the transition, and Coda Beltran makes them pay for it with the three-pointer. So now 11-4. Throw it to Aranda. Aranda to Malaya. Malaya for three, and bang! Malaya Castro with 5 points in the ball game. And now the full court pressure is on as they'll get it to Coda. Almost steps out of bounds. She'll throw it cross court to Kimber. Takes it in. Little jump stop. Uses upper dribble. Out to Velo, who will come back to Kimber. The high inlet pass again in the post, and they will call the block foul as Wagner misses the shot, but she'll head to the line for two, and Buendia has quickly picked up her second personal. Didn't quite get the feet set. Her second personal, second team foul, and it'll put Wagner at the line for two. Subs waiting to check in. For Artesia, Wagner's first is up, and it is off the mark. No good. As checking in for Lovington, it'll be Kira Olivas and also Ashlyn Barunda. So they'll check in for Lovington. Wagner, the line. I'll get you Artesia subs here in a moment. Wagner's second shot is up. That one's no good, and it'll be Olivas with the rebound. To Buendia as she crosses the timeline. She'll bring it over, almost loses it. Good pressure from Artesia. Bad pass. That one will be stolen away in the backcourt. One of the girls who just checked into the ball game, and it is loose on the floor as scrambling for it is Jimenez, and they are going to call jump ball, and it'll be Lovington basketball. Lovington has forced 4 turnovers. Now they need to cash in as Wagner will check out. Checking in her place will be Jenna Whitmire. It'll be interesting to see if they still go for that baseline post play with Whitmire. As full court press is on, and that one is going to be stolen away underneath, and a turnaround wild shot by Padilla. It won't fall, and her rebound is brought down by Whitmire, and she's going to be fouled. She'll go to the line for 2. They're going to call the hack foul on Aubrey Aranda, her first personal, third team foul. And at the line is going to be Jenna Whitmire. So Whitmire will put up the first, and it is good. So that'll make it a 12-7 ball game in favor of Artesia. 3.5 minutes remaining here in the first quarter. Second shot for Whitmire is up, and that one is going to be off the mark. And fight for the rebound, and finally controlling it will be Padilla, and she goes out of bounds, steps on the baseline. Good pressure there from Barunda. 5th turnover for Artesia. Again, Lovington has got to find a way to capitalize on these turnovers. Full court pressure is on as it'll come into Malaya. Malaya under pressure from Whitmire, uses up the dribble to Olivas, hand it off to Buendia, and she turns on the Jets, pushes it forward to Barunda. Barunda goes into the left lane, puts up the shot, no good, and Harrison is going to draw the foul. Her second personal as she argues with the ref a little bit. It'll put Barunda on the line to shoot 2. Ashlyn Barunda at the line. Chance to cut into this lead. 12-7, Artesia's favor at the moment. Make that 12-8. Lovington gets it back to within 4. So Barunda makes the first as Abigail Schaus waits to check in. And coming back into the ball game will be Lauren Wagner. So Lovington going to try and go a little size on size. Wagner with Schaus. Barunda still at the line. Made her first, alive the second. Puts up the second, and that one is going to be off the mark, and it'll be Wagner with her third rebound. Lovington has got to find a way to work the boards a little bit better into the front court. And They'll get it around, and a wild shot is up, and it kisses off the glass. Barunda with the rebound for the Lady Cats. Into the front court comes Buendia. She'll just take it herself. Coast-to-coast underhand scoop is up and in. Buendia with 4 points in the ball game. And now Lovington just trails by 2. It's 12-10. It'll be Jimenez to control. Almost loses the basketball. It'll go into the backcourt. Jimenez will pick it back up. She works against Malaya. Little head fake, and she'll go to the left elbow and put it up and in. Jimenez with her first points of the ball game. So now 14-10, a 4-point lead. 2.5 remaining in the first. To Schaus, and she's going to get her pocket picked from behind. That'll be the third turnover for the Lady Cats. It'll be Jimenez to the front court, pushes it over, and Olivas is going to steal that one away. She'll try and feed it forward to a breaking Castro, but the teams trade turnovers, and back comes Artesia with Padilla. Padilla throws it into the middle, and another turnover. That's the 7th for Artesia. Barunda keeps it herself, goes into the right lane, puts it up, count the bucket and the foul. Good job by Ashlyn Barunda, and draws the foul. They're going to call the block on Myra Jimenez, her first personal. 4th team foul on Artesia. And Barunda at the line for the and one, 3 the old-fashioned way. 14-12, trying to get it to a 1-point ball game. Barunda's and one is up, and that one is off the mark, and it'll be Wagner with her 4th rebound of this first quarter. Schaus battled for it, but Wagner just taking it away from her. So it'll be Velo back in the ball game. She'll take it to the front court. To Kimber, back to Velo. Velo thinks about it. She'll get it back to Beltran. That's Kimber. Inside to Wagner. Backs down on Schaus, who blocks her out. And the ball is loose on the court, and it'll go out of bounds. Last touch by Wagner, and it'll be Lovington basketball. The Lovington faithful starting to make a little noise. 14-12 is the score. Artesia in the lead. But the Lady Cats not going away. As it'll be Aranda controls. Gets it off to Castro. Myra to Schaus. Schaus over to Aranda. Whitmire on her. Aranda keeps it herself. Off to Myra. Near side to Olivas. Olivas shifts it around. He'll get it into the corner. Aranda for 3, and that one is going to be off of the mark. And the rebound brought down by Kimber Beltran, her second. To Velo, push it forward to Coda. Coda to Kimber, and she's going to lose it. Corrals it in front of the Lovington bench. She'll direct traffic, and they'll reset with Velo out near the Wildcat. Under a minute to play here in the first. 14-12, Artesia in the lead. Throw the fastball in to Wagner. Who else? And she will back down Schaus and put it up and in. Now 16-12, and a bad pass almost picked off. Saved by Castro. She'll get it to Aranda. Inside to Schaus. Gets bumped from behind. And the shot, count the bucket and the foul for Abigail. And they will count it, and they will call the push foul. See for sure who they're going to put that up on. Oh, nope, they didn't count the bucket. They called that one on Kimber Beltran, her first personal, 5th team foul. It is on the floor. I was hoping they were going to give Abigail the follow-through. They didn't. But it will be Lovington basketball in their offensive end. Off of the floor foul. And throwing it in, getting it to Barunda. Barunda in the deep right corner, takes it right base. And she is going to get called for the charge. If she doesn't have the little hippity hop, it doesn't give Velo time to set her feet. So it'll be Barunda taking her first personal. 6th turnover for Lovington. 4th team foul on the Lady Cats. 33 seconds to go here in the first quarter. As Wagner will inbound to Velo, she'll control the basketball. Again, I apologize for the shoddy camera work. I will fire this guy if I can. They'll get it to Whitmire, throw it in on the other side, and the little reverse layup bounces underneath. But the Padilla will come away with the rebound, and she's going to step on the baseline as she never really controlled it well. Lovington has forced 9 turnovers here in this first quarter, but they trail 16-12. They have had trouble capitalizing. To Aranda. She'll take it up under a little pressure from Whitmire. Get it to Myra. Myra uses up her dribble in the right wing. Needs some help. Coming back to do that is Aranda. Aubrey back to Myra. Myra will take it into the right block. Put up a wild shot. It is off the glass. Schaus fights for it. It'll go out of bounds at the buzzer. And we have played one here at Art Carter Court at Wildcat Gym. It is Artesia 16, Lovington 12. We're back in a minute here on the Lovington Sports YouTube channel and HobbsAmerica.com.
Many traffic fatalities may be caused by an intoxicated driver. So do yourself and your community a favor and remember the 3 C's of safety: caution, courtesy, and above all, common sense. Safe and sober driving is everyone's responsibility. That message was from Stone Oil Field Services in Lovington, a name you can trust and depend on. For quality and integrity, call 575-396-1840. From the Stone family and staff at Stone Oil Field Services.
Trustworthy. Man Welding gives you confidence you made the right decision. Jimmy Carter and his exceptional Man Welding team support Wildcat Athletics and the Lovington School. Man Welding is your local welding company. Big jobs or small jobs, call Man Welding 396-4540. Any welding job, any welding question, call 396-4540. Together, we'll fabricate the future. You made the right decision. You called Man Welding. Man up.
And welcome back to Lovington Lady Cat basketball from the Walmart Digital and One Radio Square Sports. 16-12, Artesia in the lead after one. Both teams go 3 of 6 from the line, make that 3 of 7 for Lovington, 3 of 6 for Artesia. So a 16-12 lead as it'll be Artesia basketball as we start this second quarter. I'm TJ Miracle flying solo tonight. Into the front court is Beltran. She'll get it to Beltran, and that one is going to be in and out. Wagner will have her 5th rebound, and her putback will go. She's got 10 points now in the ball game. She's been the biggest cat killer thus far. Go back down come the Lady Cats as Myra has to bounce it over to Buendia. Elizabeth will take it into the right lane, kicks it out to Malaya. Right wing for 3, and bang! Malaya Castro has 8 points in the ballgame, her second tray, and it is now 18-15, a 3-point Artesia lead. The Lady Cats not going away to Wagner at the free throw line. She'll take it herself, goes in against Salcido, shoots up and over, 12 points for Wagner. They got to find a way to slow that girl down, and it's 15-12, and Coach Chief Bridgeforth says, all right, let's talk about things a minute. 20-15 on your First American Bank of Lovington scoreboard. We're back in 30 seconds here on the Lovington Sports YouTube channel and HobbsAmerica.com.
Hard-earned money, selecting the right bank is vital. Hi, I'm David Campbell, president of First American Bank in Lovington. First American Bank in Lovington is part of this community. So bank with trusted partners you know, and trusted partners that are part of this area we call home. First American Bank offers all the advantages big corporate banks do, and we do our banking with hometown support and commitment. Choose First American Bank, 19 West Washington in Lovington. We want to earn your trust, then earn your business.
And welcome back to Lovington Lady Cat basketball here on the Lovington Sports YouTube channel, HobbsAmerica.com, and the Z94 KZOR Facebook page. I'm TJ Miracle flying solo tonight. Of course, do remember, please subscribe to your Lovington Sports YouTube channel. Once we get to 1,000 subscribers, somebody gets $100 of my money. It's not coming from the sponsors, not coming from the stations. It is coming out of my pocket. So take my money. It's burning a hole in my pocket. So back to the action as the inbound will come from Castro to Buendia. She'll get it to Malaya. As Malaya to Buendia, who's going to direct traffic out near center court. Little pressure comes on now. She uses up the dribble. Back to Malaya. Into Buendia. Buendia works on Harrison, and they are going to whistle Harrison for the block foul. If I'm not mistaken, that'll be Hattie Harrison's 3rd personal 16th foul. So now Lovington with an opportunity because they will be in the bonus at the next foul. So you've got Malaya, Myra, Buendia, Aranda, and Salcido. It's the starting 5 on the floor for your Lady Cats. The inbound will come to Buendia. Get it out to Aubrey. Now they'll work it around to Erlin. Salcido in the deep right corner. Tosses it over, and whoa, Buendia there to save it. She'll get it to Myra. Bounce pass back to Buendia. Pull the trigger for 3. And that one is going to be off the mark. And coming away with the rebound, that'll be Kimber Beltran. That'll be her 3rd. Beltran to Velo. They'll throw the fastball down to Coda. As Coda works against Aranda on her tight. Picks up her dribble, needs some help, and will just have to sling it by, but she moved the pivot foot. 10th turnover for the Lady Bulldogs. Lovington has got to start taking advantage of these turnovers. 6:20 remaining here in this first half. Lovington trails by 5, 20-15. They've done a lot of good things. Need to start capitalizing on the scoreboard. Aranda in the front court over to Malaya. Now to Myra. Castro takes it to the block and will toss it back out to Malaya. She works in against Beltran and will flip it back out to Myra, and they'll reset with Aranda. Near side to Buendia, takes it into the left block, throws up a weird shot that'll go off the glass, and it'll be Coda Beltran with her first rebound of the ball game. Beltran to Velo back into the offensive zone. Come the Lady Bulldogs leading by 5, 20-15. And we are going to have an offensive foul called away from the basketball. And they are going to call called number 20. They don't have a number 20. I want to say that's going to be on Kimber Beltran. That'll be her 7th personal. 11th turnover, and Lovington is in the bonus. I don't know. One of the refs is saying a 1-and-1. I thought it just counted as a turnover, and they got possession if it was an offensive foul. Buendia heads over to the sideline. Yep, the officials have talked it over. Hey, I was actually right on one for once. So it'll be Malaya. She'll inbound it to Buendia. Elizabeth will bring it up into the front court. Lizzie picks up the dribble, works it around to Malaya. Now to Salcido. She works in, tries to get it underneath to Myra, but throws it away. That'll be the 7th turnover for the Lady Cats. Again, they forced 11 turnovers, and we've still got 5.5 to go here in the first half, and they have really not capitalized on that at all. Maybe once or twice out of 11 tries. To Kimber in the front court, toss the high inlet pass to the low post, and Wagner will put up a shot, but she's going to be fouled. That'll put her at the line for 2, and they're going to get Buendia for her 3rd personal. 5th team foul as Wagner will head back to the line. She's got 12 points, is 0 of 2 from the free throw line. So Wagner will eye it, sky it, and that one is good. So now 21-15, up to a 6-point lead for the Bulldogs. As Olivas will check in, she'll come in for Buendia. Buendia still a little hobbled with all the tape and the wrapping on that left hammy. As the second shot for Wagner is on the way, and that one is going to be off the mark, and it'll be Olivas who just checked in with her 2nd rebound of the ball game. Into the front court come the Lady Cats, and we're going to have a whistle, and up stepping on the sideline is Castro. Doesn't happen often. She was getting crowded over there, but just put the foot on the sideline. So that'll be the 8th turnover for the Lady Cats. Give it back to Artesia. The Lady Cats drop back. Looks like into a 1-2-1 zone, and throw in, and Whitmire will get it, puts up a wild shot, will get her own rebound, and then she's fouled. She'll go to the line. Let's see who they're going to whistle Lovington on. There was a couple of Lady Cats in the neighborhood, and they're going to call the hack on Myra. Her first personal, 6-team foul on Lovington. Jenna Whitmire at the line, where she is 1 of 2. Trying to stretch out the Artesia lead, and she will miss the first. So the score stays 21-15. Think about Artesia. They have been a little hit and miss this season on the free throws for the girls. Second one is up. That one's not going to go. And the rebound will be made by Malaya. As Malaya, it's going to get tapped. It's going to go hard to the floor, and I think they're going to call a jump ball, and it'll stay Lovington basketball. Very fortunate there, as that got kind of wild on that far sideline in front of the student section. The Lovington dodging a bullet there on a bad pass and managed to tie it up and keep the basketball. So it'll be Myra to inbound it to Malaya. Timeout on the court while Coda Beltran ties her shoes. The inbound is Malaya waits for it to come into the backcourt. Whitmire will pick her up as soon as she crosses the big cat. Bounce it over to Aranda. Aubrey to Malaya. Malaya to Salcido in the left corner, and that one is going to be loose on the floor. Going to try and tie it up. It'll be a jump ball, but it'll be Artesia basketball. So Lovington all of a sudden having trouble hanging on to the ball. That's their 9th turnover of the ball game. 4:43 remaining first half, a 6-point lead for Artesia. So to the front court off the inbound. Just slowly walking it up. It's going to be Audrey Velo. They'll toss it over to Wagner. Wagner throws the fastball near side to Kimber. She'll take it on the right baseline. Her shot won't fall. And off of the tip, it'll be Aubrey Aranda. And it's going to get tipped from behind and off of Aubrey's leg. 10th turnover for Lovington. Give it right back to Artesia. As Schaus and Barunda will check in, Salcido and Aranda check out. Beltran, Velo, Whitmire, and Wagner on the floor for Artesia. Beltran to Beltran at the free throw line. She'll take it against Barunda. Wild pass out to Velo. She'll take it to the left block. Puts up a shot. No good as Wagner gets it. Has to go over Schaus. Gets her own rebound, and that time she'll be fouled. I think they're going to get Abigail for that one. Wagner, 7 rebounds now in the first half. She's going to have a double-double before this one's all said and done. They're going to get Abigail for her first personal, 7th team foul on Lovington. The Lady Cats have just not had an answer for Wagner in the low post as Wagner's first is up, and it is good. That'll make it 22-15 in favor of Artesia. Lovington on a scoring drought to be sure. Second on the way for Wagner. That one is going to be in and out. That one's not going to be any good. Ball loose on the court. It's squirting near side, and it'll be Myra who comes up with it. Castro to the front court. Goes into the lane. Puts up the little push shot, and Myra will get it to fall. Her first bucket of the ball game, and breaks about a 4-minute scoring drought for the Lady Cats. 3:40 remaining here in this first half. 22-17, Artesia in the lead to Whitmire. Coming near side to Beltran. As Kimber gets it to Whitmire, goes just about 12 feet, and she will bounce it and bounce it up and in. She's got 3 points in the ball game. 24-17, Artesia in the lead now on a bad pass. Malaya gets it back. Will throw a little side pass now to Olivas. She goes to the right baseline, and they are going to call the charge on Olivas. I don't know how it could be a charge. The feet didn't look set, but okay. So Olivas, her first personal, 18 foul on Lovington, 11th turnover now for the Lady Cats. So it'll be Wagner to inbound it to Velo with 3:19 remaining in the first half. 3:15 remaining in the half, and a 7-point lead, their biggest of the ball game for Artesia. Wagner will work it around. Velo will wind up controlling it. She'll toss it to Wagner in the left corner. High pass over to Kimber, right wing. Now back to Velo. She'll drive it in, 16-footer from the right side, in and out, no good. And Schaus with the rebound, and she is going to be fouled. They're going to call the push on Wagner, her first personal, 18 foul. So we will walk. That should be a 1-and-1 here, folks. All right, that one should have been the 1-and-1 because Schaus had the rebound. So not sure why we're not shooting free throws here. Anyway, so Malaya to the front court, the runner, and put it up and count the bucket and the foul. Malaya with 10 points in the ball game gets to go to the line for 3 the old-fashioned way. And they are going to call the block foul on Velo, her first personal, 19 foul on Artesia. So at the line for the and one will be Malaya Castro. Castro leads the way for the Lady Cats. 24-19 the score, trying to get it back to just a 4-point Artesia lead, and that is up and good. So now 24-20. Back to a 2-possession ball game. Bad pass stolen away, but not controlled and out of bounds. Myra tried to jump the route, what we call in football. Almost got it done, but wound up just tipping it out. It'll be Beltran. She'll toss it into the backcourt to Velo with 2.5 remaining in the first half. Back to Kimber, who uses up the dribble. She'll have to throw it over, and saving it somehow is Beltran. That's Coda. Back to Kimber. Right wing. The D-up chance starts from the Lovington student section. 3 on the way for Velo. That one is in and out. It's a wild fight for it, and it'll go out of bounds, and last touched by Whitmire, and give it to the Lovington Lady Cats. 24-20, Artesia in the lead. Lovington, though, refusing to go away. Myra will inbound it to Malaya, who will bring it into the offensive zone for the Lady Cats. To Barunda, WNBA 3 on the way. It is too hard off the back of the iron. Schaus is there with the rebound, and Abigail is going to be fouled. She'll head to the line for 2. Her second rebound of the ball game. And they're going to call the push foul on Claudia Castillo, who just checked into the ball game. That'll be the 10th team foul on Artesia. And Schaus back to the line, or rather I should say to the line for the first time tonight. So Abigail takes the deep breath, puts up the first, and that one is going to be off the mark. Lovington is having their struggles from the line tonight. They are 4 of 9 from the charity stripe. As Wagner will check back in, she and Whitmire will be on the front ranks. Schaus gets the first, or misses the first rather. Now Shalai the second puts it up, and that one is going to be good. Schaus gets it. And now it's a 3-point ball game. Artesia in the lead, 24-21. To Kimber in the front court. She'll toss it to Velo, who's just going to back it up, working a little pressure. Throw it inside, partially tipped and stolen away. It'll be Lady Cat basketball as Castro takes it to the front court. To Malaya, she weaves through traffic to the right block, put it up. Not going to fall in the 8th rebound for Lauren Wagner. Got to get those to go. Throw the fastball, and we're going to have that one go out of bounds. Last touched by Whitmire. That'll be turnover number 13 for Artesia. Again, Lovington has got to capitalize on these turnovers. As Buendia will check in, as Myra Castro will head to the bench. So you got Buendia, Malaya Castro, Abigail Schaus, Ashlyn Barunda, and Kira Olivas on the floor for the Cats. Throw the fastball in, trying to get it to Schaus in the low post. Slips as she's coming down under pressure. 12th turnover for Lovington. Under 90 seconds to play here in the first half. A 3-point lead for Artesia. Not a lot of offense, but a back-and-forth battle. As Velo will get it to Kimber in the near court in front of the scorer's table. She'll take it from the right to the left. Malay on her very tight. Get it back to Velo. And Malaya just going to keep on her out there in the zone. They throw it to Wagner, deep left corner. Barunda on her real tight. Ball gets knocked away from her and off of her foot. And it'll be back in the hands of the Lovington Lady Cats. Good crowd on hand tonight. Friday night action, district opener here at Wildcat Gym. So Lovington basketball off of the turnover, 14th of the ball game. Gotta capitalize. Buendia goes into the teeth of the traffic. Get it to Malaya, right side. That one is going to be off the mark, and it'll be Barunda with the rebound, her second. Barunda, though, almost loses it. Ball going to be loose on the court. Schaus will get it, and she's going to get tied up, and it'll stay Lovington basketball. She and Wagner going at it like a couple of Wolverines, and Beltran getting in on the action too. So Lovington, 38 seconds to go here in the first half, has the basketball off the jump ball. Buendia looks to get it in. They'll throw the high inlet to Schaus, and it is off her hands and into the hands of Beltran as Kimber will take it coast to coast. Her wild shot no good, and a big block by Schaus after Whitmire gets the rebound. And it'll go out of bounds. Last touched by Artesia. It'll be Lovington basketball. Again, opportunities for the Lady Cats. They have got to capitalize. Got to figure out a way to handle Artesia's physicality underneath. Of course, I'm sure we'll talk a lot about that in the Lovington Auto Supply Napa Know-How halftime show. As Olivas will get it handed off to Buendia. Buendia takes it in, hands it off to Malaya. Malaya to Barunda. Deep right corner for three. That one off the mark. And it'll be Buendia with the rebound. She'll push it out to Malaya. Top of the arc. WNBA three and bang! Malaya Castro, her third tray of the ball game. And we are tied at 24 apiece as the whistle sounds on the first half. 24-24, Artesia and Lovington. We'll be back with your Lovington Auto Supply Napa Know-How halftime show in just a couple of minutes. Lovington Lady Cat basketball on the Lovington Sports YouTube channel and HobbsAmerica.com.
Honest, trustworthy. Man Welding gives you confidence you made the right decision. Jimmy Carter and his exceptional man welding team support Wildcat Athletics and the Lovington School. Man Welding is your local welding company. Big jobs or small jobs, call Man Welding 396-4540. Any welding job, any welding question, call 396-4540. Together, we'll fabricate the future. You made the right decision. You call Man Welding. Man up.
When it comes to your hard-earned money, selecting the right bank is vital. Hi, I'm David Campbell, president of First American Bank in Lovington. First American Bank in Lovington is part of this community. So bank with trusted partners you know, and trusted partners that are part of this area we call home. First American Bank offers all the advantages big corporate banks do, and we do our banking with hometown support and commitment. Choose First American Bank, 19 West Washington in Lovington. We want to earn your trust, then earn your business.
Attention shoppers, Bob's Thriftway welcomes you to Lovington, New Mexico. This week you'll save big on grocery items throughout their store. Save big on produce, household items, bread products, and meats. Every week, Bob's Thriftway has big savings for their customers. Bob's Thriftway is your local hometown grocery store. So for the freshest produce, the best meats, shop Bob's Thriftway, 906 West Avenue D in Lovington.
Introducing a smarter, easier way to manage your Lee County Electric account. It is called Smart. Now you can pay your bill anywhere, anytime, with 24-hour access to your account. It is free and simple to use. Just search for the Smart Hub app on your cell phone or device and download the free app, or go to our website at lcecnet.com and look for the Smart Hub logo to view your account or pay your bill online. Managing your Lee County Electric account conveniently and securely with Smart Hub. Lee County Electric, owned by those we serve.
And welcome back to your Lovington Auto Supply Napa Know-How Halftime Show from Lovington Auto Supply, 217 West Avenue D in Lovington. You know, at some point you're going to need that Napa Know-How for your car, and you're not going to find better folks to provide it than the good folks at Lovington Auto Supply, proud supporters of the Lovington Cats and Lady Cats. We are tied up at halftime, 24-all here at Art Carter Court at Wildcat Gym. I'm TJ Miracle flying solo tonight. Don Morgan on assignment with the Hobbs Lady Eagles. So we will take a look at the numbers in the first half of this one, and it has been a back and forth affair. We'll start with Artesia. It's been the Lauren Wagner show, 14 points in the first half to go along with 8 rebounds, and she's really done the majority of the damage for these Lady Bulldogs. Next up is Coda Beltran with 3. Lovington's done a nice job keeping her from getting open looks at the 3 ball. She's only got 1 tray, and that's her points. Jenna Whitmire with 3 points in the ball game. Then you got a bucket for Hattie Harrison, actually coming off free throws, and a bucket for Myra Jimenez. Artesia goes 5 of 10, 50-50 ball from the line in the first half. 18 rebounds as a team. They are definitely winning in that category. 14 turnovers for Artesia. They score 16 in the first, 8 in the second. That's where they get to their 24. For your Lovington Lady Cats, leading scorer right now is Malaya Castro. And she's taken the team on her back again tonight. She leads the Lady Cats with 14 points in the ball game. 4 points for Elizabeth Buendia, 3 points for Ashen Barunda, 2 points Myra Castro, and a point for Abigail Schaus. Lovington goes 5 of 10 from the free throw line. Again, 50-50 for the Lady Cats in that first half from the free throw line. You've got Olivas, Schaus, Buendia, Barunda each with 2 rebounds. Only 11 rebounds in that first half for Lovington. They are definitely having trouble on the boards with Artesia's size and physicality. 13 turnovers for Lovington, but they get 12 in the first, 12 in the second, and tied it up on pretty much a last-second 3 ball by Malaya Castro. So your Lovington Auto Supply Napa Know-How keys to the second half. If you're the Lady Cats, you're doing pretty much what you need to do on the defensive end of the court. So just keep that up. Know that Artesia is going to be making adjustments. I have a feeling that you're going to see a lot more of Lauren Wagner on the baseline and in the low post in the second half, because Lovington really did not have an answer for that. Other than that, defensively, they are doing a pretty good job. So if they can figure out how to keep a hand in Beltran's face through the second half and figure out something with Wagner in the low post. She really got a lot less effective when they put Schaus on her, so that turned into a very good thing. So, nice job there for the Lovington Lady Cats. Offensively, they have to start taking advantage of some of those turnovers. Only 2 buckets off of 14 turnovers, entirely not enough. I know Chief Bridgeforth's going to work on that, and they had some looks. They just have to get them to fall. I think if they're a little more patient at times on offense, don't let Artesia's pressure get to you, then they ought to be just fine going into the second half. This has been your Lovington Auto Supply Napa Know-How Halftime Show from Lovington Auto Supply, 217 West Avenue D in Lovington. Get the Napa Know-How for your car from the good folks at Lovington Auto Supply. Let's go places with Napa and Lovington Auto Supply, proud supporters of your Lovington Wildcats and Lady Cats. Back for the second half after this. This is Lady Cat Basketball from the Walmart Digital and One Radio Square Sports.
It's no secret, at some point you'll have a question or need to replace or fix something on your vehicle. Whether your vehicle is new or ancient, Lovington Auto Supply is your trusted advisor when you need dependable auto parts. Not only do they have the parts you need, they have real answers to your real automotive questions, and that help keeps your vehicle running longer and stronger. Quality parts, helpful people. Lovington Auto Supply, 217 West Avenue D in Lovington. Napa, get up and go.
We're the pharmacy that you've trusted for over 75 years. Being open for that length of time can only happen with consistency, service, and local engagement. Now Pharmacy has supported the local youth and City of Lovington for over 75 years. When you need a pharmacist, you can trust that Now Pharmacy will be there for your needs. Go by Now Pharmacy located at 122 West Adams in Lovington today. Now Pharmacy, a proud supporter of the Lovington Wildcats.
Devon Energy is proud to support the athletic programs of Lovington High School this season. By partnering with local schools in Lovington, Devon is making an investment in the long-term future of the community. Sports teach discipline, teamwork, and leadership. Skills our youth will use to succeed for a lifetime. From the Devon team to yours, Devon Energy wishes you good luck this season, both on the field and in the classroom. Go Wildcats!
Eunice Pump and Supply has been around for over 30 years and is excited to continue their services to the community. They take pride in their employees and their hard work and dedication, and most importantly, take pride in the youth of Lee County. Eunice Pump and Supply is a proud supporter of all Lee County athletics and academics. Eunice Pump and Supply, 1310 Avenue O in Eunice, another proud supporter of Lee County athletics.
School is back in session, and we are excited to be back. The Lovington Municipal School District welcomes our amazing students, staff, and families. With over 3,000 students across 10 campuses, the Lovington School District is the pride of Lee County. As we build champion cats, we're looking forward to seeing you at school activities. For on-demand updates about Lovington schools, please log on to lovingtonschools.net.
Stone Oilfield Services says many traffic fatalities may be caused by an intoxicated driver. So do yourself and your community a favor and remember the 3 C's of safety: caution, courtesy, and above all, common sense. Safe and sober driving is everyone's responsibility. That message was from Stone Oilfield Services in Lovington, a name you can trust and depend on. For quality and integrity, call 575-396-1840. From the Stone family and staff at Stone Oilfield Services.
And welcome back to Lovington Lady Cat Basketball from New Walmart Digital and One Radio Square Sports here on the Lovington Sports YouTube channel. Please subscribe to that Lovington Sports YouTube channel. Remember, once we get to 1,000 subscribers, somebody's getting $100 of TJ's money. I'm TJ, by the way. Yep, not coming from the station, not coming from our great sponsors, coming out of my pocket. So tell your family, tell your friends, they can watch absolutely free. And maybe they get $100 free for subscribing to the Lovington Sports YouTube channel. Also available tonight on the Lovington link on the front page of HobbsAmerica.com and on the Z94 KZOR Facebook page, too. You asked for us to maybe put it up there, and we found a way to make that happen. I'm TJ Miracle, Don Morgan on assignment tonight as we get ready for the start of the second half of this one, all tied up at 24, and it was a, well, I don't know if you could call it a dog fight or a cat fight. It was a little bit of both in the first half with the Lady Dogs and the Lady Cats going at it to open district. And Lovington came out and was a little bit flat, and then kind of clawed back into it. They took a couple pretty good shots in the mouth by Artesia, clawed back from as much as 7 down at one point before stretching things back out and tying it up right at the end of the second quarter. 24 all as we start the second half. It'll be the team in orange who will control things to start the second half, as you're going to have the starting 5 on the floor: Buendia, Salcido, Castro, and Aranda. And you're going to have Wagner, Harrison, Beltran, and Velo on the floor for Artesia. So here we go. Start of the second half, as it'll be Velo on the inbound, takes it, gets it to Kimber in the front court in front of the Artesia bench. She'll bounce it into Harrison, loses the handle on the basketball, into the hands of Salcido, who will give it off to Castro. Lovington bringing it down. 15th turnover for Artesia, but they give it right back away underneath. So coming back down is Artesia, as it'll be Beltran, uses up the dribble to Velo, and they'll set the offense. To Kimber, almost loses it. Buendia on her quickly. Using up the dribble. Beltran needs some help. She'll get it to Wagner at the free throw line. Drives in against Salcido. A little push shot is up and in. 16 points in the ball game for Wagner. She drove it in. Got it into the post and took it up and in. Full court press is on. Buendia there to save it. She works against Beltran. High pass, get it out to Malaya for three, top of the arc, and that one is going to be off the mark. And Salcido, Erlin will get it, and she'll get fouled off the rebound and head to the line for two. Fighting underneath. She got position on there. And they're going to call the punch foul. It's either on 23 or 32. I'm going to say it's on Beltran, her third, first team foul. And at the line will be Erlin Salcido. Erlin normally pretty good from the free throw line, puts up the first, and ooh, she's 0 for 3 now from the free throw line. Well below her average. Usually shoots about 65-70%. Second one's up, and that one's not going to go, but she'll get her own rebound, drive it back in, and finally we'll get one to go. Erlin Salcido. Maybe that was what she needed to rip the lid off that thing. 26 all, a minute gone here in the third quarter. Fastball into Harrison, who takes it to the left block, and they're going to call the charge as Myra gets in and sets the block for Harrison, her fourth personal, if I'm not mistaken, and the second team foul on Artesia, their 16th turnover. So give it back to your Lovington Lady Cats, as Harrison going to have to check out. Whitmire will check in her place. Probably a smart move by Coach Jeff Hodling. He's been doing this for a long time. Smart guy. Well, yeah, you won't want one of your better players out there with 4 fouls. Salcido almost losing the basketball. It is loose on the court, and Lovington will have to jump in and dive in as Malaya will get it, as Whitmire almost steals it away. Possession arrow on the jump ball stays with Lovington. Got to be careful about that. Lovington in the offensive zone. Chance to take their first lead of the ball game. To Malaya in the left corner. Back out to Buendia. Elizabeth drives it in, gets it back out to Malaya. Left corner for 3, and that one is going to be off the mark. And it'll be a fight for the rebound, and finally coming away with it is Myra. Myra Castro to Malaya. She'll try to throw it high and in, but Salcido and Wagner were going at it. And the ball will go over both their heads and out of bounds. 15th turnover for Lovington. They'll give it back to Artesia. And we're going to have a timeout on the court. No, we had some battling underneath, and Coda Beltran is out, and she's not feeling good. I think she caught an elbow somewhere in the scrum and the fracas underneath. To the front court, and it'll be Velo. Pop a shot for 3, no good, and the rebound is going to go well. Oh, yep, it'll go out of bounds. No rebound. So Lovington basketball. Beltran. Looks like she's caught her breath, and she'll come back in for Padilla. Just needed a second to catch her breath. As I said, I think she caught an elbow in the fracas underneath. Full court press is on for Artesia. They're really pressuring as Whitmire gets a hand on it, knocks it away to Salcido in the deep right baseline. She goes underneath, tries the reverse layup off of the mark, and Kimber Beltran with the rebound. That'll be her 4th. She slips down to the floor and will get it to Velo. But yeah, there's elbows flying everywhere out there. Back to Kimber, left wing, her 3 ball off the mark. It'll be Wagner, her 9th rebound, and she's going to get fouled. Goes to the line for 2. I think they're going to whistle Aubrey Aranda for her 2nd. We'll see, though. Yep, it will be on Aubrey. That'll be her 2nd personal. First team foul. And Wagner at the line where she is 2 of 6 on the night. 5.5 to go in the third. Wagner's first is up, and it is good. Gives Artesia the 27-26 lead with 5.5 exactly remaining here in this third quarter. Second on the way for Wagner is good. She gets them both that time. So the full court press is on this time. Going to try and trap up Buendia, who's really playing on one leg. She'll get it to Malaya. Malaya drives in against Wagner, partially blocked. And off of the underneath of the iron, it'll be Velo with the rebound. She'll throw the fastball down to Coda, and she'll go in and she'll get the bucket and the foul. Coda Beltran now with 5 points in the ball game. And they're going to get Aranda for the punch. Her 3rd personal, 2nd team foul. And so now it's 30-26, just like that. Artesia trying to stretch it out. As Beltran's and one, she'll get three the old-fashioned way. And are they gonna wave that one off? They are. They're gonna wave it off. A lane violation on Artesia. So wave it off, and it'll be Lovington basketball. So 30-26, and off pressure off the inbound, and it is loose on the court. And they are gonna call the jump ball. And it'll be Artesia basketball. Lovington has got to find a way to handle this pressure. 16 turnovers now for both of these teams. Artesia has it in their end as it'll be Coda Beltran inbounding it. Throws the fastball into Whitmire, and she'll get it up and in. 5 points now for Whitmire. This is the danger zone now for Lovington. Buendia to the front court. Pushes it out to Myra. Back to Buendia. Nifty little move. Goes to the right block. Puts up the push shot. No good. And it'll be Whitmire with the rebound. Her fourth. Whitmire keeps it herself into the front court. Takes it to the deep right corner. Works it around to Velo to Beltran. Wide open. Look top of the arc. Too hard off the mark. And it'll be Whitmire with her fifth. Her turnaround put back not going to fall. And underneath a mad scramble for the basketball. And it'll be Myra who gets it. Myra has her second rebound, and then she's knocked out of bounds. And they are going to call Whitmire on the push. That'll be just her first personal third team foul. As Myra will check out, it'll be Olivas. Myra and Buendia both checking out. As it'll be Olivas and Barunda checking in for the Lady Cats. 4.5 remaining, third quarter. Barunda spins through traffic. Nifty little move for Ashland. She takes it to the front court. Tosses the high inlet to the low post for Schaus, and Abigail's going to be fouled. She'll go to the line for two. And they're going to get Velo on that one. Her second personal, fourth team foul. And Coach Hodling, he's coming over and he's barking at one of his assistants who came over to question it. Abigail at the line. Schaus bends the knees, puts up the first, and pushes that one home, and finally gets Lovington on the board almost halfway through this third period. 33-26. 33-27. 34-27. I'll double check that. Second shot is up for Abigail and gets that one to go. 34-28. I'll go with what they got on the scoreboard, and I'll double check my numbers at the half, or rather at the period break. So to Kimber in the front court, throws the fastball into Whitmire, tries to get it underneath, and off of the foot of Olivas. Olivas playing tough defense out there. So it'll be Bell trying to inbound from right of her own bucket. 6-point lead for Artesia. Get it into Whitmire, and she broke free, and she will put it up and in. And now 36-28. Into the front court with Aranda. Aubrey, jump stop on the right base and put it up and in. Well, Aubrey will get it to fall. We'll double check the score. They've got 34-30, and that one is going to be too hot to handle for Beltran and give it back to the Lovington Lady Cats. They have 34-30 on the board. That's what I'm going to go with. As Barunda will inbound it, throws it too hard, and it'll go into the front court, and last touched by Beltran. Beltran says, I didn't touch it. The ref said she did. Now two of the refs going to talk about it right in front of Chief Bridgeforth, and yep, they decided she touched it. So Lovington gets another break, and he'll keep the basketball from just right of the scorer's table. Inbound to Malaya. Malaya, a little head fake on Beltran. Takes it in, no look pass. Barunda for three, right corner. That one is off the mark. And the rebound, and finally going to be controlled by Olivas, her third. Olivas takes it underneath to Barunda. A little spinning move, and off the glass and up and in for Ashland. 34-32. Lovington trails by two. Now starting to get the pressure back on. To Beltran at the free throw line. To Whitmire on the left base, and count the bucket and the foul. They're so worried about Wagner, they forgot about Whitmire. And it'll be on Ashland. Barunda's second personal, third team foul. Now it's 36-32. And Whitmire at the line and one. And an official timeout on the court. Now just checking on the shoelaces of Lauren Wagner. So Whitmire at the line, 6 points in this quarter, and misses that one, and it'll be Schaus with the rebound. She'll push it out to Malaya. Malaya turns on the Jets. Will take it coast to coast and put it up, and they're going to call Malaya for the charge. Getting underneath and setting the feet was Velo, and Malaya will be whistled for her first personal, fourth team foul. 3 minutes exactly remaining here in the quarter as Malaya will check out. Barunda checks out, as does Aranda. Buendia, Salcido, and Myra back into the ball game, along with Olivas and Schaus. Artesia basketball to Beltran to Velo, near side to Beltran. That's Kimber. They'll get it to Whitmire, left corner. Her three ball off the mark, and it'll be into the hands of Olivas. So Olivas will take it. Dangerous pass, saving it out is Buendia. Olivas throws it to Salcido, down the high inlet to the high post for Schaus, and she'll just put up a little hammer shot that's too hard, and it'll be Beltran who comes away with it. That's Coda. She'll take it herself. She'll drive in, and Schaus rejects her, but into the hands of Wagner. Fight for the rebound, and Olivas almost comes away with it. Still loose on the floor, and it'll go out, and last touch by a diving Kimber Beltran. What a series right there. The Lovington basketball, as looks like Coach Hodling has had enough of what he's seeing here. He wants a timeout. He's thinking Lovington trying to claw back into this one. It's getting physical down there. 2:13 remaining in the third quarter. It's Artesia 36, Lovington 32. We'll be back with more Lovington Lady Cat basketball on the Lovington Sports YouTube channel and HobbsAmerica.com.
When it comes to your hard-earned money, selecting the right bank is vital. Hi, I'm David Campbell, president of First American Bank in Lovington. First American Bank in Lovington is part of this community. So bank with trusted partners you know, and trusted partners that are part of this area we call home. First American Bank offers all the advantages big corporate banks do, and we do our banking with hometown support and commitment. Choose First American Bank, 19 West Washington in Lovington. We want to earn your trust, then earn your business.
Honest, trustworthy. Man Welding gives you confidence you made the right decision. Jimmy Carter and his exceptional Man Welding team support Wildcat Athletics and the Lovington School. Man Welding is your local welding company. Big jobs or small jobs, call Man Welding 396-4540. Any welding job, any welding question, call 396-4540. Together, we'll fabricate the future. You made the right decision. You called Man Welding. Man up.
And welcome back to Lovington Lady Cat basketball here on the Lovington Sports YouTube channel and HobbsAmerica.com. Coach Jeff Hodling taking the timeout. It'll be Lovington basketball, trailing by 4, 36-32. Myra tosses it out to Olivas. Kira feeding it around and off of the hands of Salcida. Too hot to handle. 18 turnovers now for Lovington. Got to find a way to handle this Artesia pressure as Kimber Beltran will check out. And Kaylee Padilla, will check in. 2 minutes remaining here in this third quarter. As Velo, no hurry, brings it across the timeline. Coming near side to Padilla, back to Velo. Works it to Coda. Now to Whitmire, then into the right elbow. Driving in and a block on Wagner. It'll be on Schaus. Be a pretty good battle. Second one on Abigail. That'll be the fifth team foul. And it will put Wagner at the line to shoot two. So Wagner goes to the line for the sixth time tonight. She's 50-50 from the line, and now she's better than 50-50. 37-32. In the lead are the Lady Bulldogs. At one point they led by 7. Lovington keeps chopping it down. Second one's up for Wagner, and it's good. And now 38-32, a 6-point lead for the Lady Dogs over the Lady Cats. Of course, coming up about 20 minutes after the conclusion of this one, we'll have the Lovington boys and Artesia boys right here on all these channels. Into the front court comes Lovington. Olivas under pressure, splits two Lady Bulldogs, goes in, needs some help, will flip the high pass out to Castro, now to Buendia. Buendia picks up the dribble, backs up, now to Olivas, and we're going to have a block foul called on Padilla. So her first personal, that'll be the 5th team foul on Artesia. So Lovington continues to attack. Artesia is going to be extremely aggressive. They always are. To Olivas, and takes a little slide step as she saw 3 Lady Bulldogs converging on her, and that'll be turnover number 19 on the Lady Cats. As Wagner will check in for Beltran. I have a feeling they don't want her in there battling as much. There's not any foul trouble, but they don't want to get her that way. They only got 1. As the inbound of Bello, who will bring it into the offensive zone for the Lady Dogs. High pass to Whitmire, right elbow drives it in, and they wave it off, and they're going to call the offensive foul away from the basketball. And they are going to call the offensive foul on Lauren Wagner, her second personal, 6-team foul, 18th turnover on Artesia. So Lovington Lady Cat basketball with 1:11 to go in the third, trailing by 6, 38-32. Got to find a way to capitalize on these opportunities. Good crowd on hand tonight. They've actually opened up the Mez level. I don't feel so lonely tonight. And the high pass, trying to get it to Schaus, but too high and too hard. Turnover number 20 for Lovington. All of a sudden, fumble fingers abound for the Lovington Lady Cats. So give it back to the Lady Dogs with 1 minute exactly remaining in the third. 38-32 to Beltran, near side from Vello. That's Kimber. Malaya on her. Kimber backs it up. Gets it to Coda near the timeline. Far side in front of the Lovington student section. Surprised they're not really giving her the business. Near side to Vello. Lovington puts 2 on her, and she'll flip it back out to Kimber. Kimber, a little spin move, pushes to Vello. She'll drive in, then give it to Padilla, who loses it off of her foot and out of bounds. To Lovington again with another opportunity with 30 seconds to go in the third to chop into this 6-point Artesia lead. Lovington has not had the lead in the ball game. They've had some chances, though. They've got to find the offense, as it'll be Malaya pushing out to Buendia between the rings. Back to Malaya near side. Back to Buendia. They got a little time. 15 seconds to go. Elizabeth gets a little screen, pushes it up. No good. Schaus with the rebound, and she traveled. She got hit from behind and kind of slid. They didn't get the bump, but they got the travel. So that'll be the 21st turnover for Lovington, and they miss another golden opportunity. So Wagner checks back into the ball game for Padilla. And Artesia just going to roll it down with 8.4 to go. Little pressure in the backcourt. Vello over to Beltran. She'll sling it over to Wagner. Wagner finds herself wide open and will shoot it at the buzzer, and it is good. Or pardon me, that's Whitmire with the 3 ball at the buzzer. Makes it 41-32. We head to the fourth. This is Lovington Lady Cat basketball on the Lovington Sports YouTube channel and HobbsAmerica.com.
Attention shoppers, Bob's Thriftway welcomes you to Lovington, New Mexico. This week you'll save big on grocery items throughout their store. Save big on produce, household items, bread products, and meats. Every week, Bob's Thriftway has big savings for their customers. Bob's Thriftway is your local hometown grocery store. So for the freshest produce, the best meats, shop Bob's Thriftway, 906 West Avenue D in Lovington.
Introducing a smarter, easier way to manage your Lee County Electric account. It is called Smart. Now you can pay your bill anywhere, anytime, with 24-hour access to your account. It is free and simple to use. Just search for the Smart Hub app on your cell phone or device and download the free app, or go to our website at lcecnet.com and look for the Smart Hub logo to view your account or pay your bill online. Managing your Lee County Electric account conveniently and securely, the Smart Hub. Lee County Electric, owned by those we serve.
Back for the fourth quarter, the Lovington Lady Cats with some work to do. They got outscored 17-8 in that third quarter. They trail now 41-32, a 9-point lead for Artesia, their biggest of the ball game. I'm TJ Miracle flying solo tonight. Dawn Morgan is on assignment. Great to have you with us. It'll be Lovington basketball to start this fourth quarter. They've got to find the offense. 14 points leads the way for the Lady Cats. That's Malaya Castro. Nobody else with more than 5. And that is going to be Schaus and Barunda. So it'll be Buendia on the inbound from Malaya. Give it back to Malaya. She works against Beltran. Bounce pass into the corner. Kira Olivas. They're going to try and trap her up, and a whistle going to sound So that'll put Lovington at the line for the 1-and-1. And they're going to call the push foul on Kimber Beltran. I believe that's her fourth, seventh team foul. So Kira Olivas heads to the line to shoot the 1-and-1. Lovington can chip into this with the clock stopped if they can keep pulling the fouls. Run into the 1-and-1. That is going to be short. And, yep, go the other way. And Kira Olivas. Now Lovington has got to find a way to make those shots. They've got to attack. They need to get some buckets to fall, and they need to get some fouls. So it'll be Velo to the front court. Lovington Lady Cats trailing by 9. Beltran to Velo to Beltran, working right to left. That's Kimber with it, Malay on her. Toss it out to Whitmire, who got the buzzer beater 3 at the third. Back to Velo. She'll push it over to Beltran in the deep left corner. Out to Velo again, and she'll just back it up. Bounce pass over, almost gotten by Olivas. To Kimber to Whitmire. Tossing it in, a bad pass and stolen away, but it'll be stolen right back by Artesia, but then a travel called. So a couple of turnovers there for Artesia, one for Lovington, and Lovington comes away with the basketball. Oh my goodness. Sorry about the score bug. I just remembered it's the fourth quarter. As I said, I'm flying solo tonight, and I will fire my tech guy as soon as I can. So Olivas get it to Salcido, and oh yeah, they're going to call that one every time the travel as she got it high and took a couple steps and remembered, oh yeah, got a dribble. 23rd turnover for Lovington. Again, all of a sudden having trouble hanging on to the basketball. 6:50 remaining in the ball game, a 9-point lead for Artesia. It has not been a 9-point game. Late sub coming in, that's Aubrey Aranda. She'll come in for Kira Olivas. We'll set the Lady Cats for you here momentarily as it'll be Velo across the timeline. Works against Castro, who picks her up. Gets a little pick from Wagner. And will hand it off to Coda. Coda backs it up between the rings as Aranda and Castro come out on her. Harrison back in the ball game. Throw the fastball in to Wagner, and it'll be off the mark and last touched by Buendia. So out of bounds, it'll stay Artesia basketball in their end of the court. 6.5 to go. Minute and a half gone here in this fourth. Neither team has scored in the fourth quarter as of yet. They'll push it into Velo, who takes it between the rings. Malaya giving her a little bit of room. Toss it over to Coda Beltran on the right side. Now to Harrison back in the ball game with foul trouble. Back over to Kimber. Then flip it back out to Velo. Artesia up by 9, can afford a little time. They'll throw the high inlet pass to Harrison. She'll back down on Buendia, and she'll be fouled. Harrison will go to the line for 2. They're going to call the hack foul on Barunda. Her third personal, 16 foul on Lovington. So now Harrison at the line. Harrison been once tonight already. Was 2 for 2, make it 3 for 3, and Artesia draws first blood in the fourth. Makes it a 10-point lead, their biggest of the ball game. 6:08 remaining in the game. Artesia starting to stretch things out, and Harrison gets them both. Now an 11-point lead, biggest of the game for the Lady Dogs. Lady Cats have got to find a way to fight back. Buendia pushes it to Aranda. Long 2-point shot is up, not going to fall, and the ball goes out of bounds, and Barunda touches it last. I think if Ashland just keeps the hand back a little, probably last touch by Velo. As it is, it'll wind up being Artesia basketball. Lovington still has time, but at some point, they're going to have to start running the offensive pressure to Wagner. After Velo crossed the timeline, uses up the dribble, tosses it over, and Barunda gets a hand on it, knocks it away from Beltran. As Coach Hodling telling him, you got to move, you got to move. Got to move it around. Beltran will get it into Harrison, deep left corner. They throw the high inlet to Wagner. It'll be knocked away and into the hands of the Lady Cats. Back down comes Buendia. She splits 2 Lady Dogs. Throws the sidewinder over to Aranda. Why didn't she just keep it herself? Turnover number 24 for Lovington. Buendia had the wide open lane and chooses to throw it off, trying to get the assist. High pass, and that one will be out. And Artesia will turn it right back over. Artesia can afford to do that. Lovington can't, trailing by 11 with just 5:20 to go in the ball game, and timeout is going to be taken by Coach Bridgeforth. 5:22 remaining in the ball game. Artesia 43, Lovington 32. Lady Cat basketball will continue in a moment here on the Lovington Sports YouTube channel.
It's no secret, at some point you'll have a question or need to replace or fix something on your vehicle. Whether your vehicle is new or ancient, Lovington Auto Supply is your trusted advisor when you need dependable auto parts. Not only do they have the parts you need, they have real answers to your real automotive questions, and that help keeps your vehicle running longer and stronger. Quality parts, helpful people. Lovington Auto Supply, 217 West Avenue D in Lovington. Napa, get up and go.
We're the pharmacy that you've trusted for over 75 years. Being open for that length of time can only happen with consistency, service, and local engagement. Now a Pharmacy has supported the local youth and city of Lovington for over 75 years. When you need a pharmacist, you can trust that Now Pharmacy will be there for your needs. Go by Now Pharmacy located at 122 West Adams in Lovington today. Now Pharmacy, a proud supporter of the Lovington Wildcats.
Out of the Lovington Lady Cat timeout, Lovington trailing by 11, 43-32. I'm TJ Miracle, back to the action here in this fourth quarter. The Lovington Lady Cats had this tied at halftime, but Artesia has turned it on, and Lovington is yet to find any offensive rhythm. Buendia to the front court, almost loses it, saves it, pushes it out to Castro. Back to Buendia. Elizabeth trails through, puts it up, off the mark, but it'll be Barunda with the rebound. She kicks it out to Buendia, and that one is going to be off the mark, and Wagner has her 10th rebound. She's got her double-double. Throw the fastball to Beltran underneath to Harrison. Harrison, nifty little move to avoid contact, and she will lay it in. 6 points now for Harrison. 45-32, 13-point lead for Artesia. Lovington stayed with them, but the offense has just been ice cold. Barunda from 16, and that one is going to be off the mark. And Velo with her third rebound of the ball game. Lovington finally putting a little pressure on. Now they'll drop back in defense. DeVello throws it to Wagner at the free throw line. She'll back down on Castro and just lay it up and in. 22 points for Lauren Wagner. As Lovington has had some chances, but they have just gone absolutely stone cold. Haven't been able to take advantage of some mistakes. WNBA 3 for Malaya. That one is going to be off the mark. Ball loose on the court, and it'll be Beltran who comes away with it. That's Kimber, her fifth. Lovington has also not done a great job on the boards in comparison to Artesia. Still time. We're at the halfway mark. Throw it in to Harrison, wide open, and she is up and in. Harrison 2 more points, and now 49-32, and Coach Chief Bridgeforth says, all right, we don't want this one to get out of hand. 3:51 remaining in the ball game. It is a full timeout. We'll take it with them. 49-32, Artesia in the lead. Lady Cat basketball continues in a moment here on the Lovington Sports YouTube channel and HobbsAmerica.com.
Devon Energy is proud to support the athletic programs of Lovington High School this season. By partnering with local schools in Lovington, Devon is making an investment in the long-term future of the community. Sports teach discipline, teamwork, and leadership. Skills our youth will use to succeed for a lifetime. From the Devon team to yours, Devon Energy wishes you good luck this season, both on the field and in the classroom. Go Wildcats!
Eunice Pump and Supply has been around for over 30 years and is excited to continue their services to the community. They take pride in their employees and their hard work and dedication, and most importantly, take pride in the youth of Lee County. Eunice Pump and Supply is a proud supporter of all Lee County athletics and academics. Eunice Pump and Supply, 1310 Avenue O in Eunice, another proud supporter of Lee County athletics.
Out of the Lady Cat timeout, back here at Wildcat Gym, 49-32. Artesia has stretched this one out. It was tied at halftime, but it's been all Artesia second half. Lovington basketball out of the Cats timeout as Buendia will control it. And it'll be Buendia who pulls the three-point trigger and going over and just letting it go out of bounds. It'll go over into Artesia's hands. So 3.5 remaining in the ball game. If Lovington can find the three-point stroke and get back in this one, but they're going to have to do a good job underneath, keeping Harrison and Wagner out of the paint as Beltran with it, picks up the dribble, will bounce it over, and it'll be stolen away by Barunda. Ashlyn will get it, makes a nifty little move, get it around to Castro for three. That one is going to be off the mark, and into the hands of Beltran. That's Coda. She'll keep it herself, and she'll cross the big cat. Goes into the offensive zone with Aranda on her. 3 minutes to go in the ball game. Toss it out to Velo, and Artesia will reset the offense. Bounce pass over, and they'll get it to Harrison out. Under 3 to play now in the ball game. To Kimber. She'll push it out to Velo. She'll back it near the timeline. Then push it back over to Beltran. That's Kimber. Now to Harrison. The high inlet pass over Wagner's head. She corrals it. Can't control it. It'll be Myra Castro, her third rebound of the ball game. Now the Lady Cats are running. Myra pushes it and bounces it. Gets it to Malaya. She'll drive through traffic and put it up and in. Malaya finally gets Lovington on the board here in this fourth quarter. And a whistle going to sound, and it'll be Coach Hodling who takes the timeout. So 2:27 remaining in the ball game. 49-34, a 15-point lead for Artesia. He takes the timeout. He didn't want this one to slip away. We'll just keep it right here. Say a big thank you to our friends at Stone Oilfield Services, Man Welding, Lee County Electric Cooperative, Bob's Thriftway, Eunice Pump and Supply, the Lovington Schools, Lovington Auto Supply, Devon Energy, Nowell Pharmacy, and the First American Bank of Lovington, making Lovington Wildcat and Lady Cat basketball possible here on the Lovington Sports YouTube channel and on HobbsAmerica.com. Of course, coming up about 20 minutes after the conclusion of this one, we will have the Lovington boys and the Artesia boys, a doubleheader for you tonight here on Art Carger Court at Wildcat Gym. Looking forward to that one if you couldn't be here tonight. And there's a great crowd for both Lovington and Artesia. Proud to be able to bring you these games absolutely free of charge from those sponsors that we just named off. As the timeout will expire. So out of the timeout, it'll be Artesia basketball, and Harrison will inbound. Lovington going to go into the full court press. 2:27 to go in the ball game. A 15-point lead, Artesia. As Kimber uses up the dribble, gets bumped, no call. Lovington on her tight, and they are going to call the block that time. I think they're going to get Olivas on it. So let's see for sure. Yep, they will get Kira. That'll be her second personal, 7th team foul. And that'll put Beltran out the line for the 1-and-1. Her first trip to the stripe tonight, she has 5 rebounds, but looking to get in the scorebook. First one up and misses the front end of the 1-and-1, and Whitmire will get the rebound, and then she's going to be, they're going to call the jump ball. It's a nice job underneath tying her up by Barunda, but it'll stay in the hands of the Lady Bulldogs. As now Lauren Wagner will check back in. Come in for Whitmire. 2:17 remaining in the ball game. 49-34. Into Harrison, who was left uncovered, and she will lay it up and in. Hattie Harrison now with 10 points in the ball game. 51-34. Lovington gonna fall tonight, but still fighting. They'll get it out to Olivas, to Buendia, little head fake. Takes it to the paint, almost loses the basketball, and she will lose it. That is turnover number 25 on the night for Lovington. Second half, they have just had way too much trouble hanging on to the basketball. So to the front court, under 2 to go. Wagner will back down on Barunda and lay it up and in. Lauren Wagner, 24 points on the night, has been an absolute beast. Lovington has not had an answer for her. To the front court comes Malaya. Bounces it out to Aranda. To Buendia. She works against Harrison. Now to the deep corner. Malaya left side for 3. That one will be an air ball. And coming up with it will be Beltran. And then they're going to call the jump ball. So it'll be Lovington basketball. 1:25 to go in the ball game as checking in. Going to be Carly Greben and Abigail Schaus. Barunda and Aranda head over to the bench. Lovington can take a lot out of this one tonight as the high inbound to Schaus. Get it back to Buendia. Liz will take it over. The little hook shot is off the mark, and Beltran, that's Coda, will have her 4th rebound of the ball game. 53-34 our score. But Lovington had this tied at halftime. They've got to find some consistency before the next game Tuesday night in Roswell. As the little bounce will go and a foul called, and Wagner will head back to the line. See if they're going to get Abigail for that one. I think it'll be on Schaus, and it will be. They call the push, her 3rd personal, 8-team foul. But Lovington went really toe-to-toe with Artesia that entire first half, and Starting late in the third quarter, things just kind of got away from them a bit. And no real answer for the size underneath with Wagner. And then with Harrison came back in and Wagner at the same time, they concentrated on one and lost the other. Second one will be up, and that'll be good. Now 54-34, 20-point lead. Again, hard to believe that this ball game was tied at the half. Lovington has only scored 10 points in the second half. So it'll be Malaya into the front court, tosses out to Buendia. Elizabeth takes it to the left lane, and that one will be off the mark, gets her own rebound, and her putback is good. Buendia with the rebound of the putback. She's got 6 in the ball game. 54-36 as Artesia to the front court with 30 seconds remaining in the ball game. As that'll be Kimber working against Malaya. The Castro sisters and the Beltran sisters both on the court right now. I do tend to go to first names when that happens. As it'll be Whitmire in the deep right corner. Gets it knocked away, and she will lose it. Fighting on the far side with 15 seconds to go. Turnover number 25 for Artesia. Lovington also 25 turnovers tonight. Lovington just not able to capitalize on any of them. So with 14 seconds to go, 54-36. Lovington going to try and cut it down a little bit more to Buendia with 8. Thinks about the 3, pulls it up, needs some help to Malaya. She'll take it right side to the right block and put up the push shot at the buzzer, and it won't fall. And our final tonight in game 1 of this doubleheader is Artesia 54, Lovington 36. We'll be back in just a minute to wrap this one up. Get you ready for the boys' game as Wildcat basketball continues on the Lovington Sports YouTube channel.
School is back in session, and we are excited to be back. The Lovington Municipal School District welcomes our amazing students, staff, and families. With over 3,000 students across 10 campuses, the Lovington School District is the pride of Lee County. As we build Champion Cats, we're looking forward to seeing you at school activities. For on-demand updates about Lovington schools, please log on to lovingtonschools.net.
Stone Oilfield Services says many traffic fatalities may be caused by an intoxicated driver. So do yourself and your community a favor and remember the 3 C's of safety: caution, courtesy, and above all, common sense. Safe and sober driving is everyone's responsibility. That message was from Stone Oilfield Services in Lovington, a name you can trust and depend on. For quality and integrity, call 575-396-1840. From the Stone family and staff at Stone Oilfield Services.
And welcome back. This is your Now Pharmacy postgame show, the abridged version on a doubleheader night as the Lovington Lady Cats falling 54-36 to the Artesia Lady Bulldogs. Leading scorer tonight was Lauren Wagner. She had a double-double, 25 points and 10 rebounds for Artesia. 3 Lady Dogs in double digits. Jenna Whitmire with 12. Hattie Harrison with 10. For Lovington, leading scorer tonight, Malaya Castro with 16. Elizabeth Buendia back off of injury with 6. And then Barunda and Schaus with 5. So Lovington will go back to 500 on the season, 10-10, and 0-1 in district. Next up for the Lady Cats will be Goddard at Goddard on Tuesday night. Of course, we'll have that game for you. Another doubleheader on the Lovington Sports YouTube channel. So I'm going to take a quick timeout, and we'll be back for game number 2, Lovington and Artesia, as Wildcat basketball will come back with the Stone Oilfield Services pregame show. This has been your abbreviated version of the Now Pharmacy postgame show from Now Pharmacy for over 75 years. Proud supporters of the Lovington Cats and Lady Cats. I'm TJ Miracle. We'll see you in just a few minutes for game number 2 right here on the Lovington Sports YouTube channel, HobbsAmerica.com, and on the Z94 KZOR Facebook page. Good evening and welcome to Art Carger Court at Wildcat Gym. It's Lovington Wildcat Basketball on the Lovington Sports YouTube channel, HobbsAmerica.com, and on the Z94 KZOR Facebook page. Tonight's game is brought to you by the First American Bank of Lovington, Nowell Pharmacy, Devon Energy, Lovington Auto Supply, the Lovington Schools, Eunice Pump and Supply, Bob's Thriftway, the Lee County Electric Cooperative, Man Welding, and Stone Oilfield Services. This is your Stone Oilfield Services pregame show. I'm TJ Miracle. Welcome in, and thanks for being with us tonight as the district opener is upon us. The Lovington Wildcats and the Artesia Bulldogs going to take it to the hardwood here tonight. Of course, game two of our doubleheader tonight as the Lovington Lady Cats falling to Artesia 54-36. In the girls' game, of course, which preceded the boys' game. That was a 24-24 game at halftime, but Lovington just went completely ice cold from the floor, only scoring 12 points in that second half, and Artesia just too much for the Lovington Lady Cats. So the Lovington boys going to try and get a little revenge tonight, as, you know, they say that familiarity breeds contempt, and if that is truly the case, then these two teams probably hate each other. In the last 3 years, if I'm not mistaken, they've played each other 10 times in 3 seasons. It has been absolutely crazy, and I think it's 14 times. It's 13 or 14 in the last 4 seasons. So these two teams, there's not a lot that they're going to throw at you that the other one has not seen tonight. For Lovington under Coach Casey Pack, they come in at 11-7 on the season, but they did get a thrilling victory here last Friday night against the Clovis Wildcats on the 1983 anniversary night. So the Lovington Wildcats coming off of a big win for Coach Casey Pack, and hopefully momentum going into district. For Artesia, they come in at 11-9 on the season. Pardon me, their last game, they won that game. I don't have that right in front of me, but the game before that, 1 week ago in Hobbs, they lost to the Hobbs Eagles. In that ball game, it was the Nick Sanchez show, though, for the Artesia Bulldogs. He had 25 of their 47 points in that game against Hobbs, so gonna have to watch out for him tonight to be sure if you are the Lovington Wildcats. As we are into your Stone Oilfield Services pregame show from the good folks at Stone Oilfield Services right here in Lovington. All of your oil field service needs, the good folks at Stone Oilfield Service, they can take care of it. Just call the good folks over there, and they'll make sure you get exactly what you need out in the patch. Stone Oilfield Services, proud supporters of the Lovington Wildcats and Lady Cats. I'm TJ Miracle. Be flying solo tonight, so I apologize in advance for the camera work. I'll fire that guy as soon as I can, as Don Morgan on assignment tonight with the Hobbs Lady Eagles. But great to have you with us tonight here on the Lovington Sports YouTube channel, HobbsAmerica.com, and on the Z94 KZOR Facebook page as well. Remember, tell your family and friends that they can always watch for free from your friends right here at Z94 KZOR and Walmart Digital. Please subscribe to the Lovington Sports YouTube channel. And once we get to 1,000 subscribers, somebody gets $100 of my money. It's burning a hole in my pocket. We're getting close. And one lucky subscriber going to get $100 out of my pocket. Not coming from the station, not coming from our sponsors. It's just my way of saying thank you for subscribing to the Lovington Sports YouTube channel. So a packed house here tonight for a Blue Out night at Wildcat Gym on Art Carger Court. Yep, see a lot of blue out there. Your friendly neighborhood broadcaster is wearing blue as well. I got my blue sweater on and my blue cap on. You know, Blue Out night tonight. So, hey, even if you couldn't be here, well, be sure you're wearing your blue. Artesia traveling extremely well, as they generally do. So, going to be a loud, rowdy, raucous affair here tonight as the Wildcats and the Bulldogs will hit the floor here at Lovington. We'll take a quick timeout, come back with the starting lineups and the tip-off. This has been your Stone Oilfield Services pregame show. Lovington Wildcat basketball continues in a moment right here on the Lovington Sports YouTube channel and HobbsAmerica.com.
Honest, trustworthy. Man Welding gives you confidence you made the right decision. Jimmy Carter is exceptional support Wildcat Athletics and the Lovington School. Man Welding is your local welding company. Big jobs or small jobs, call Man Welding 396-4540. Any welding job, any welding question, call 396-4540. Together, we'll fabricate the future. You made the right decision. You call Man Welding. Man up.
When it comes to your hard-earned money, selecting the right bank is vital. Hi, I'm David Campbell, president of First American Bank in Lovington. First American Bank in Lovington is part of this community. So bank with trusted partners you know, and trusted partners that are part of this area we call home. First American Bank offers all the advantages big corporate banks do, and we do our banking with hometown support and commitment. Choose First American Bank, 19 West Washington in Lovington. We want to earn your trust, then earn your business.
Attention shoppers, Bob's Thriftway welcomes you to Lovington, New Mexico. This week you'll save big on grocery items throughout their store. Save big on produce, household items, bread products, and meats. Every week, Bob's Thriftway has big savings for their customers. Bob's Thriftway is your local hometown grocery store. So for the freshest produce, the best meats, shop Bob's Thriftway, 906 West Avenue D in Lovington.
Introducing a smarter, easier way to manage your Lee County Electric account. It is called SmartHub. Now you can pay your bill anywhere, anytime, with 24-hour access to your account. It is free and simple to use. Just search for the SmartHub app on your cell phone or device and download the free app, or go to our website at lcecnet.com and look for the SmartHub logo to view your account or pay your bill online. Managing your Lee County Electric account conveniently and securely with SmartHub. Lee County Electric, owned by those we serve.
It's no secret, at some point you'll have a question or need to replace or fix something on your vehicle. Whether your vehicle is new or ancient, Lovington Auto Supply is your trusted, dependable auto parts. Not only do they have the parts you need, they have real answers to your real automotive questions, and that helps keeps your vehicle running longer and stronger. Quality parts, helpful people. Lovington Auto Supply, 217 West Avenue D in Lovington. Napa, get up and go.
We're the pharmacy that you've trusted for over 75 years. Being open for that length of time can only happen with consistency, service, and local engagement. Now Pharmacy has supported the local youth in City of Lovington for over 75 years. When you need a pharmacist, you can trust that Now Pharmacy will be there for your needs. Go by Now Pharmacy located at 122 West Adams in Lovington today. Now Pharmacy, a proud supporter of the Lovington Wildcats.
Devon Energy is proud to support the athletic programs of Lovington High School this season. By partnering with local schools in Lovington, Devon is making an investment in the long-term future of the community. Sports teach discipline, teamwork, and leadership. Skills our youth will use to succeed for a lifetime. From the Devon team to yours, Devon Energy wishes you good luck this season, both on the field and in the classroom. Go Wildcats!
Eunice Pump and Supply has been around for over 30 years and is excited to continue their services to the community. They take pride in their employees and their hard work and dedication, and most importantly, take pride in the youth of Lee County. Eunice Pump and Supply is a proud supporter of all Lee County athletics and academics. Eunice Pump and Supply, 1310 Avenue O in Eunice, another proud supporter of Lee County athletics.
Welcome back to Lovington Wildcat Basketball here on the Lovington Sports YouTube channel and HobbsAmerica.com. As the teams being introduced out onto the court, your starters tonight for the visiting Artesia Bulldogs. It'll be number 3, Nick Sanchez, number 4, Cameron Thorpe, number 22, Diego Wesson, number 40, Chance Campbell, and number 42, Riley Jarrett. For your Lovington, of course, the coach for Artesia is Michael Mondragon. Artesia comes in at 11-9 overall on the season, and right now they are ranked number 6 in Class 4A. For your Lovington Wildcats tonight is under head coach Casey Pack, 11-7 on the year. Starters tonight will be number 3, Julian Arroyo, number 4, Wyatt Gomez, number 5, Zadrick Betancourt, number 11, DeMarcus Thompson, and number 23, Dallas Cardenas. So that'll be your starters tonight. It'll be Sanchez, Thorpe, Wesson, Campbell, and Jarrett for Artesia, and it'll be Arroyo, Betancourt, Thompson, Cardenas, and Gomez for your Lovington Wildcats. Thanks for tuning in on this Friday night for basketball from Wildcat Gym, as the visiting Bulldogs are in the road blacks with the orange letters and numbers. For your Wildcats, they're in the home whites with the blue letters and numbers. It's Cats versus Dogs, two teams that definitely know everything there is to know about the other one. And a late substitution as Micah Pondo will be in the ball game. He will be starting tonight in place of Dallas Cardenas. So it'll be Jarrett to take the jump against Thompson. And here we go. Opening tip will be controlled by the Bulldogs. It'll be Sanchez who gets it into the backcourt. Coach Mondragon tells him what he wants to run. He'll bring it up under pressure from Sanchez. And it'll go out of bounds. And Arroyo with the good pressure on Sanchez forces him to fumble. It'll be turnover number 1, and it'll be Lovington basketball. All right. Quick whistle. Oh, no. Small child on the court. Yeah, you don't want to get them involved in this. As Julian will get the inbound from Thompson, it'll be Lovington basketball just underway. Arroyo to the front court. He will hand it off to Thompson. Gives it off and then sets the pick for Pondo. As controlling it will be Arroyo. He'll direct traffic as he works against Thorpe. Hand it off to and underneath to Gomez, and a high shot off the glass. He's fouled. He'll go to the line to shoot 2, and they're going to call the block foul on Chance Campbell. His first personal, first team foul, and Gomez at the line for 2. Betancourt drove in and gave it off to Wyatt. Now he goes to the line after the foul. First shot for Gomez is up and no good. Of course, Lovington getting the thrilling victory against Clovis 1 week ago, and having their game against Chaparral canceled due to weather. Gomez misses the first, puts up the second, and that one is going to be off the mark. As the ball, it'll be a mad scramble for it, and finally going to be controlled by Campbell. They're going to try and run and gun as they get it to Sanchez, as he'll take it up over the right rim and in. Artesia will strike first, 2-0. Lovington with the opportunity, but Artesia striking first. Handed off to Thompson, as DeMarcus will then hand it off to Pondo. Pondo goes behind the back. Sanchez all over him like a cheap shirt. Pondo kind of falling and tripping away. He goes in. Thompson deep right corner for 3, and bang! DeMarcus Thompson gives Lovington the early 3-2 lead. Artesia running and gunning to Wesson on the right base. 10-footer up, no good, but they're going to call a foul on Lovington. The Boo Birds are out, and they're going to call the hold foul on Pondo. His first personal, first team foul is on the floor, so it'll be Thorpe to inbound it from the right baseline. Pushes it into Sanchez. He'll take it into the paint, tries to split 2 Cats, puts up a shot, not going to fall, but he'll head to the line to shoot 2. I have a feeling this is going to be a very physical game. They call the hack on Wyatt. Gomez's first personal, second team foul, and Sanchez at the line to shoot 2. Just underway here in this one. District opener for both squads. Sanchez's first is up, and he will rattle that one home and tie this one up at 3 apiece. So 3-3 our score from here at Wildcat Gym. I'm TJ Miracle. Thanks for being with us tonight wherever you are. Second shot is up, and that one is going to go. So Sanchez will put Artesia back up 4-3. Full court press is on for Coach Mondragon's Dogs. Now they're going to back off of it, as Arroyo will direct traffic as he crosses into the front court. Hand it off to Betancourt. Now they'll give it over to Thompson. Thompson gets a pick from Gomez, uses up the dribble, has some trouble, almost walks. I don't know how he got away with it, but he did. So to Arroyo, 3-pointer on the way, left wing. That one is short off the iron. Julian will get his own rebound. He spins on Thorpe, looks to go in. He'll push it up, and it is off of the iron. And the rebound by Sanchez. Back down come the running Dogs. And Sanchez will keep it himself, throws it to Wesson underneath, and he's going to be blocked from behind by Gomez into the hands of the Wildcats. Back down come the Cats. Pondo for 3, and bang! Micah Pondo found a little room and got it to go. Again, I apologize about the camera work. I'm kind of on my own here tonight. Now they'll move it around to Wesson. Bulldogs coming back 6-4. Lovington in the lead. To Thorpe. Bounce it into Jarrett, and they're going to be a foul call as I think they got a push foul on Wyatt. Yep, a hold actually. So second on Gomez, third team foul. Gomez has already picked up a couple of quick ones. It'll be Artesia basketball right of their own bucket on the baseline. It's Coach Mondragon going to come over. He's barking. It'll be Thorpe to inbound from the right baseline. Bounce it in, and that one is going to be stolen away. It is on the floor, and coming away with it is the Wildcats. Great job by Pondo. Pondo pushes it over, and now Arroyo controls. Gets the little screen, but uses up the dribble. Tosses back out to Zadrick Betancourt. Betancourt hands it off to DeMarcus Thompson. Wesson giving him a little room. Now they'll give it to Pondo as Sanchez stays on him. Back to Betancourt, little shake and bake move, underhand to Arroyo, NBA 3 on the way. That one is going to be off the mark. It'll be Betancourt with the rebound. He'll drive it in, and he's going to be partially blocked out, and it'll go into the hands of Diego Wesson. Back down come the Bulldogs, 3 on the way, and that one is going to be short, and the rebound made by Campbell. His putback no good, and it'll be Arroyo who comes away with it. The Wildcats leading 6-4. 4:50 remaining in the fast-moving first quarter. Arroyo will leave it off for DeMarcus Thompson. Cats in the offensive zone. Wesson stays with him now to Arroyo in the right corner. Julian looks to move it around. He's just going to back it up near the timeline and reset the offense. 4.5 remaining. Bounce it over to Thompson. On the far sideline, now give it to Betancourt. Betancourt one dribble and gives it to Arroyo. He works against Thorpe. Little spin move at the free throw line, goes through the paint, and he's going to be fouled as he goes down. Coach Mondragon wants the foul, or rather the travel. He's not going to get it. Instead, it'll be a foul called as they're going to call the punch on Cameron Thorpe. His first personal, second team foul on Artesia. It is on the floor. Coach Casey Pack telling him what he wants him to do. As checking out will be Chance Campbell. He have 2 rebounds. We'll get his replacement here for you momentarily as Arroyo to inbound it from left of his own bucket. Gets it to Betancourt, left corner for 3, and that one is going to be off the mark. And the rebound is going to be brought down by Deans, who just checked into the ball game. Back down comes Artesia. Sanchez going to be blocked out. Somehow gets it back, and Arroyo going to get fouled as he got arm. But playing tough defense. They're not going to let him run over them, and they're actually going to call it on Xander Betancourt, his first personal, 4th team foul. Lovington has to be careful if they don't make this a foul fest, as Sanchez will go back to the line where he is 2 of 2. First one up and gets the roll over the front of the iron. 5 in the books for Sanchez, all 5 as a matter of fact, that the Bulldogs have put on the board. So Sanchez a perfect 3 of 3 for the line, goes for his second, puts that one up, and he gets them both. We are tied at 6 apiece. Now the full court press is on. Thompson will keep it, works against Wesson. They try and trap him up. He'll push it forward to Betancourt. Betancourt bounce underneath to a wide open Gomez. He hesitates and lets Artesia get back. First turnover for the Wildcats. Wesson will have it running for the Bulldogs. Pushes and a block on the 3 attempt and into the hands of, that is number 12, Deans. And they're actually going to call an offensive foul. Nope, they're going to call a jump ball. So give it to the Wildcats. Artesia's 4th turnover. Lovington has got to find a way to capitalize. We saw that in the girls' game. They forced 25 turnovers in that game, but only capitalized on 3 of them. All tied at 6. As Zeke Guzman checks into the ball game, Dallas Cardenas in 2. So Lovington going for a little pressure and a little presence underneath to try and counter the Artesia physicality. As it'll be Arroyo with it, bounce it to Cardenas. On Dallas to the free throw line, slings it over and too hard and high for Betancourt to handle. Second turnover for the Cats. Give it back to Artesia with 3.5 remaining in the first. As it'll be Sanchez to control, brings it over the Cat. Gets a little pick from Deans. Now he'll pull the NBA three-point trigger, in and out, and it'll be Zeke with the rebound. Guzman, his first of the ball game. Little pressure on for Artesia. Knocked away momentarily, but Julian handles it. Arroyo to the front court, picks up the dribble, has to push it back out to Thompson. Thompson will look around, hands it off to Arroyo, football style. Little head fake, and Sanchez will come over and pick the pocket. He runs over Cardenas. No call, and Sanchez will take it coast to coast and in. And Artesia back up 8-6. Off of the third Lovington turnover of the ball game. Into the front court come the Cats to Betancourt. Betancourt will take it, sling it over to Thompson. Thompson works against Sanchez, needs some help. He'll just take it himself, goes to the left block, and he's going to get his pocket picked again by Sanchez. Going the other way, Sanchez passes it off, and they are going to call a floor foul before he dished it on Cardenas. So, happening his first personal 15 foul. And Artesia running and gunning as Nia Estrada looks to inbound. He'll toss it into a wide open Riley Jarrett, misses it, gets his own rebound, and his putback won't go. And that one will be pulled down by Betancourt, his third. And then they're going to call a push foul on Peyton Deans, his first personal. Or is that on Estrada? Could be on either one of them. Third team foul, no matter how you look at it. No, 8-6, 2:20 remaining in a fast-moving first. Artesia in the lead. Lovington out of the full court pressure. Get it to Cardenas. He'll bounce it over. Get it to Betancourt. Deep right corner. Thinks about the three, and they'll reset. To Arroyo. He looks back to the bench. Coach Pack tells him what he wants to do. Betancourt gets a little pick from Zeke. He'll move it back around. Cardenas will reset. Works it in. Gives it to an NBA three for Arroyo, and the rebound going to be made by Campbell, his third. Back down come the Bulldogs. Wesson, and that one will be knocked away at the last minute. I'm thinking it's going to stay Artesia basketball. Yes, it is. It'll be Estrada to inbound left of his own bucket this time as Sanchez, who checked down momentarily, comes back in for Wesson with 1:52 to go in a fast-moving first. Great to have you along as Estrada pushes it in, and that one is going to be knocked away. Ball loose on the court, and they are going to call jump ball, and it's Lovington basketball. Forcing the fifth turnover on Artesia, so Lovington ball. Now Thompson will toss it in to Julian Arroyo. With 1:46 to go now, backcourt pressure from Estrada. Get it to Thompson. They try and trap him up to Betancourt. Bounce it underneath to a wide open Zeke, and he misses it. And off of the tip, the rebound going to be made by Hammond. Back down comes Artesia. Cardenas on Hammond close. He loses the basketball, somehow saves it. Near midcourt with Sanchez. 1:24 remaining in the first quarter. 8-6 Artesia. Exciting basketball, not a lot of offense, but excitement. To the top of the arc with that's Chance Campbell. To Sanchez trying to get it inside to Estrada. It'll be knocked away, and Betancourt touched it last. It stays Artesia basketball. So Estrada, who's pretty much been living on the tee on the right baseline, looks to get it in. He'll get it into Sanchez. A little head fake. He'll take it to the right block. Put up the 12-footer. That one won't go, and the rebound going to be made by Arroyo, his third. So Lovington basketball as we hit the 1 minute mark remaining here in the first quarter. Julian to the front court. Works against Estrada. Another NBA three, and bang! Julian Arroyo has his first three ball of the ball game, and Lovington back in the lead, 9-8. Swing away, Merrill, as they used to say. If you're Julian Arroyo, it's shoot away, young man. 32 seconds to go. It'll be Sanchez into the deep right corner with Hammond. Back to Sanchez. They work it around the top of the arc to Deans. They'll sling it to Estrada. Left corner, he'll move in. 17-footer is up and good. So the 17-footer will go for Nia Estrada, and Lovington will come back the other way with 15 seconds to go. Artesia leading 10-9, and we're going to have a whistle away from the basketball and a offensive foul called, and they're going to call a block foul on Julian Arroyo, his first personal, 16 foul, fifth turnover for the Wildcats. It's Arroyo asking what he did. He's going, okay, all right. Just make sure I know what I did. So back to Artesia with 12 seconds to go in the first quarter. The Bulldogs lead this one 10-9. Exciting action I said in the pregame show, if familiarity breeds contempt, these two teams ought to hate each other. Sanchez into the front court with 6, drives in and puts up a shot, and he'll get the bucket, and he's fouled. Sanchez now with 10 points makes it a 12-9 Artesia lead, and he gets to go for 3 the old-fashioned way. Coach Casey Pack has given the official down there an earful. Not sure who they're going to call that one on. I know it's on us, and that will put Artesia in the bonus. I'm thinking they're going to call that one on Zeke, but now they're going to warn the benches. And now they're going to get around and talk about it. So I'm not sure what's going on. They still haven't put the 2 more points on the board. So they're still talking about it. With 4.5 seconds to go in the first, Artesia right now on the board, 10-9. I have it 12-9. They're going to come over to the board and talk about it. Ooh, they're going to tee somebody up. I didn't see the technical. Coach Mondragon still out talking and arguing a little bit. So it will. Somebody got teed up for us. I didn't see who it was, but they pulled Zeke off the court. So 7th team foul, and they're going to, I think they counted the bucket. The refs still confused. I'm confused. Everybody's confused. I know there's a technical on somebody. And so I'm thinking they may have waved off the bucket. Now they're still talking about things as Sanchez will head to the line. Puts up the first tee, and it's good. He's 5 of 5 from the free throw line. So they did wipe the bucket off. And so Sanchez shoots the first and gets it to go. He's got 11 of the... I'm sorry, make that 6, make that 10 of the 12 on the board for Artesia. Nope, and they did count that bucket. All right. So he's got 12 of the 14 on the board. So 14-9, and it'll be Artesia basketball as Hanson Marquez checks in after a bit of confusion. And so now he's going to go shoot the 1-and-1 for 3 the old-fashioned way. Oy. This one is a bit confusing. So Sanchez shot the technicals. Now he gets to shoot the and 1, and he makes it. And it's 15-9, a 6-point lead just like that for Artesia with 1, with 0. And instead of throwing it, as they're going to wipe that one off, as that'll do it for the first quarter. A bit of confusion going on here. It is Artesia 15, Lovington 9. We'll be back in a minute for the second quarter. This is Wildcat basketball from the Walmart Digital and One Radio Square Sports.
School is back in session, and we are excited to be back. The Lovington Municipal School District welcomes our amazing students, staff, and families. With over 3,000 students across 10 campuses, the Lovington School District is the pride of Lee County. As we build Champion Cats, we're looking forward to seeing you at school activities. For on-demand updates about Lovington schools, please log on to lovingtonschools.net.
Stone Oilfield Services says many traffic fatalities may be caused by an intoxicated driver. So do yourself and your community a favor and remember the 3 C's of safety: caution, courtesy, and above all, common sense. Safe and sober driving is everyone's responsibility. That message was from Stone Oilfield Services in Lovington, a name you can trust and depend on. For quality and integrity, call 575-396-1840. From the Stone family and staff at Stone Oilfield Services.
And welcome back, Lovington Wildcat basketball here on the Lovington Sports YouTube channel and HobbsAmerica.com. It's a 15-9 lead in favor of the Artesia Bulldogs after things got a little heated and chippy at the end of the first quarter with a technical foul coming after a bucket and then an and 1. So Nick Sanchez done most of the damage. He's got 13 of the 15 on the board for Artesia. And they'll start the ball with the second quarter. And they are up by 6. Sanchez into the front court as Cardenas will pick him up. He'll bounce it over to Jarrett and gets it pumped from behind by Pondo. They'll toss it over to Thorpe. Drives left baseline, puts it up and in. Credit where credit is due. A nifty little move for Cameron Thorpe, and a whistle sounds. And Arroyo trying to get the call for a 3-shot foul. Not going to get it. And they are going to call the block foul on Nick Sanchez, his first personal, 4th team foul. 17-9 is the score. That one is on the floor. Artesia in the lead, 30 seconds in to the second quarter. All Lovington's points coming via the 3-ball. Cardenas works against Wesson, hands it off to Thompson. Thompson moves it back, gives it to Arroyo. He'll pull a little floater from 10 and up and in. Julian now with 5 points in the ball game as the running, gunning Dogs come back. Wesson to Sanchez with 7:10 remaining in the first half. 17-11, 6-point lead for Artesia. Sanchez thinks about the WNBA 3, gives it out to Campbell. Back to Sanchez, top of the arc. His 3-ball is up. No good, and it'll be Thorpe with the rebound, and Artesia will reset. Sanchez has it in front of the Lovington student section. Just going to hold it there as Pondo comes out to guard. Pondo, Cardenas, Arroyo, and a whistle sounds. Arroyo going to get whistled for another foul, and that'll be a 1-and-1 opportunity. Julian needs to take a deep breath. His second personal. That'll be the 8th, make that 9th team foul on Lovington. And so it'll put Diego Wesson at the line for the 1-and-1. So Wesson to the line for the 1-and-1. With 6:48 to go first half as Wesson will eye it. Bends the knees, puts up the front end of it, and he gets it to go. Artesia, perfect 9 of 9 from the free throw line. So gets the first, so he'll get to shoot the second. Got Anson Marquez and DeMarcus Thompson up in the front blocks. Second on the way for Wesson, and he gets them both to fall. So now it's 19-11, an 8-point lead now for Artesia. To Pondo in the front court, uses up the dribble, pushes back to Thompson. DeMarcus takes it, pulls it up top of the arc. His 3-ball is going to be in and out. And off of the tip, the rebound by Campbell, his 4th. So to Sanchez, and he bumps into Arroyo, trying to get another foul. Bounce it inside to Campbell, and his is in and out from the right side, about a 5-footer. And DeMarcus Thompson will have the basketball. Leaves it off for Arroyo as they'll push it into the front court. Cardenas, wide open look from the right wing. That one is going to be short, and the ball will go. Oh, it was saved. Nice save. Credit where credit is due, and then hustle back the other way for Arroyo. Knocked away. Wow. Again, credit where credit is due. Artesia saved that one in a big way. So Zeke Guzman going to check back in for Lovington. He'll go in for Thompson. Try and get a little bit more physical presence underneath as Thorpe to inbound it. Right of the bucket. Tosses into Jarrett. Jarrett turn around from 5 on the little baby hook. No good, but there with the rebound of the putback is Campbell. His 5th board and his first bucket of the ball game. Now 21-11, up to a 10-point lead. Lovington needs to find some offense and quickly bounce it to Zeke. He works against Campbell. Now they'll get it back out to Cardenas. Cardenas to Arroyo. He thinks about the 3, bounce it in to Guzman. Guzman pushes out to Pondo, and Lovington will reset with 5:40 to go first half, trailing by 10. Pondo drives in, gives it to Arroyo, deep right corner for 3, and that one is well off the mark, and it'll be Jarrett who comes away with it. Feed it forward to a breaking Thorpe on the fast break. It is up and in. He's got 4 points in the ball game, and Coach Casey Pack says, all right, boys, let's figure this one out. 23-11 is the score. It'll be a full timeout. We'll take it with them. This is Wildcat Basketball here on the Lovington Sports YouTube channel.
When it comes to your hard-earned money, selecting the right bank is vital. Hi, I'm David Campbell, president of First American Bank in Lovington. First American Bank in Lovington is part of this community. So bank with trusted partners you know, and trusted partners that are part of this area we call home. First American Bank offers all the advantages big corporate banks do, and we do our banking with hometown support and commitment. Choose First American Bank, 19 West Washington in Lovington. We want to earn your trust, then earn your business.
Honest, trustworthy. Man Welding gives you confidence you made the right decision. Jimmy Carter and his exceptional man welding team support Wildcat Athletics and the Lovington School. Man Welding is your local welding company. Big jobs or small jobs, call Man Welding 396-4540. Any welding job, any welding question, call 396-4540. Together, we'll fabricate the future. You made the right decision. You call Man Welding. Man up.
Back here at Wildcat Jam out of the Lovington timeout. Lovington trailing by 12, 23-11. I'm TJ Miracle. Anson Marquez into the ball game for the Cats. Full court pressure going to be on for the Dogs. Marquez will inbound it to Arroyo. He works against Wesson. Now they'll give it off to Cardenas. Cardenas picks up the dribble. Lovington still in the backcourt as they'll underhand it, get it to Pondo as Campbell picks him up. Now he'll switch off, give it to Arroyo as Sanchez came over and was giving him fits. So Julian will control, gives it to Pondo. He'll bounce it to Cardenas. Cardenas works against Jarrett. Now he'll underhand it to Arroyo. Thinks about the three. Now he drives it to the left block and travels before he gets it there. 6 turnover for Lovington. And right now, nothing going the way of the Wildcats. So Artesia basketball off the 6th Lovington turnover. Artesia's turned it over 5 times themselves, but Lovington not able to capitalize. To the front court with Sanchez with 4:40 remaining. Throw the fastball to Campbell at the free throw line. Pardon me. Yeah, that was Campbell. Sanchez into Thorpe in the deep left corner. Back out to Sanchez in front of the Lovington student section, far side. Pondo comes out to give him a little bit of pressure. Now they'll toss it back over to Thorpe. Inside to Campbell, and he is going to be short, and it'll be Cardenas who will come away with it. He'll feed it over to Pondo. And Lovington will wait for reinforcements. To Arroyo, flies through, goes to the left lane. Shot up, no good, but he's fouled. He'll go to the line for 2. Thorpe for that one, his second personal. 5th team foul on Artesia. Julian Arroyo heads to the line to try and break up an 8-2 run in favor of Artesia. Arroyo's first trip to the line tonight. Julian bends the knees, puts up the first, and in and out. It's not the south basket at the pit, guys. As Nia Estrada will check in and Peyton Deans for Artesia. DeMarcus Thompson comes back in for the Wildcats. So Arroyo now with 5 points in the ballgame, 0 of 1 from the line. Bends the knees, puts up the second one, and he'll get the roll on that one. And now 23-12, an 11-point lead for Artesia. This is the danger time for Lovington. You can't let Artesia get too far ahead. Hand it off to Wesson. Now toss it over to Estrada, far side. Give it back, Wesson. 3 ball on the way. Deep ball from the right side. And it'll be Thompson with the rebound, his second. As Arroyo will move it into the offensive zone. Hand it off to Cardenas, football style. Underhands it to Thompson. DeMarcus cycles it left to right. Goes to the right wing, gives it to Pondo, NBA 3 right wing, and that one is going to be off the mark and into the hands of Jarrett, his 3rd board. Push it forward to Wesson, and a whistle, and Wesson took an extra step and will travel. 6 turnover for the Bulldogs. Checking into the ball game for Lovington will be Hector Bonilla. So you've got Thompson, Arroyo, Bonilla, Guzman, and Cardenas, and a whistle on the inbound as it'll be a hold foul on Sanchez, his second personal, 6th team foul. Sanchez going to check out, and that'll be Hammond checking back in. I think you got to find a way to go at Sanchez when he's in there. See if you can get him in some foul trouble. The inbound under pressure has taken it to the front court, and then a bad pass, and the Hammond will intercept it. They were trying to get Guzman on the right baseline. 7th turnover for Lovington. So back down comes Artesia. They're just going to slow things down. Wesson will run the point. Picks up the dribble, throws it to Deans, and then backdoor to Hammond, and he will lay it up and in. They move the ball well there. Credit where credit is due, and back down the other way. The Wildcats toss it away. And that'll be turnover number 8 for Lovington. As checking in for Lovington will be Bonilla as Arroyo comes out. And it'll be Deans to inbound it with Lovington trailing by 13, 25-12 with 3 minutes remaining. So now it'll be Hammond to run things for the Bulldogs with under 3 to go. Hammond to Jarrett. Throws the fastball to Wesson, right corner. He'll drive right baseline, leave it off underneath for a wide open Deans who got through coverage. Now it's 27-12, and a bad pass under pressure goes out of bounds. Turnover number 9 for the Wildcats. Coach Casey Pack just shakes his head as Wyatt Gomez will check back in for Lovington. So who's Gomez going in for? I think he's going in for, he went in for Zadrick Betancourt, who checked back in. So Hammond off the inbound, bounce it over to Estrada near side, inside to Jarrett, turnaround jumper from 5. Won't fall, and the rebound going to be made by Thompson, but he's going to be fouled, and they're going to whistle that one on Deans. His second personal, 7th team foul, and we should be walking 85 feet down the floor for 1-1. Yes, we are. So Lovington will walk it back down, trailing by 15, 2.5 exactly to go here in the first. Now Zapeth Zamaron comes in for Artesia. Lovington has just been all out of sorts here in this second quarter. So now at the line will be DeMarcus Thompson. His first trip to the stripe tonight. First one up for DeMarcus, and not going to fall. Ball loose, and DeMarcus gets his own, and he'll take it to the rack. That one won't go. We can't buy a bucket right now, and Jarrett with the rebound for Artesia. He'll bring it back down with Hammond to Estrada. Left corner, and they'll toss it back out and reset with Deans. Pardon me, that was Hammond. Now to Estrada. He'll toss it to Zamaron. Right side for 3. That one is off the mark. And the rebound going to be brought down by Estrada. They'll get it back out for Wesson. His 3 ball won't go. And it'll be Zamaron with the rebound. And Artesia resets. Now to Wesson left wing for 3. No good, and finally coming away with Thompson, his 5th. They'll push it forward. Cardenas has a little trouble corralling it. Let's Hammond get back to him. That'll be Garcia. Jump stop at the free throw line. Ooh, almost a travel to Thompson, and he tries to get it to Cardenas. Cardenas was going left, and it was tossed right, and that is turnover number 10 for the Wildcats. Hard to win a ball game doing that. 1:40 to go here in the first half. Lovington trailing 27-12. We're going to have a lot to talk about in your Lovington Auto Supply Napa Know-How halftime show, as Zamaron will inbound it to Hammond. And he'll take it into the front court and set up the Artesia offense. To Estrada, throw it inside to Jarrett. Turnaround from 10 is good. Riley Jarrett, his first bucket of the ball game. Now it's 29-12. Cats trying to go the other way, and a whistle sounds, and we're going to have a push foul called on Artesia. Let's see who they whistled that one on. And we're going to have a push called on Zamaron. That'll be his first personal 8th team foul. And Julian Arroyo heads to the line to shoot the 1-1. 1:20 to go. Lovington trails by 17 first half. Arroyo at the line where he is 1 of 2. Julian puts up the front end of the 1-1 and gets it. Lovington only 4 points in this second quarter that's only got 80 seconds left in it. They got to figure some stuff out at halftime. I'm feeling big adjustments coming from Coach Pack. Second one on the way is good. And now 29-14, back to a 15-point lead as Cardenas will come in for Garcia. You've got Thompson, Cardenas, Arroyo, Guzman, and Gomez on the floor for your Wildcats. Estrada, Hammond, Wesson, Zamaron, and Jarrett on the floor for the Dogs. Push it forward, and that one is going to be too tall even for Zamaron, and into the hands of the Cats. 7th turnover, for Artesia. As it'll be Arroyo takes it himself, and from 8 gets it to fall. Lovington going on a little mini run, but the other way, and the fast break no good, and it'll be Zeke with the rebound, his second. Guzman will leave it off as we click down to a minute to go first half. Arroyo going to direct traffic. He brings it in against Estrada, takes it to the right base, drives in, then tries to get it to Gomez, and it's going to be touched by, that's Wesson, and out of bounds. It'll stay Lovington basketball on the left base. So Gomez to inbound it, left baseline. 29-16, 13-point lead for Artesia. They get it to Zeke in the right elbow underneath to Cardenas, and he turns around against Wesson, puts up the shot, won't go, but Wesson going to be whistled for his first personal 19 foul, and on Dallas, Cardenas heads to the line for 2. Is it going to be 2 or is it going to be a 1-1? Yep, they're going to say 2, that he was in the process of shooting. So, yep, it will be a 2-shot foul. Lovington with a chance to chip away at this one just a little bit more. Cardenas puts up the first, and it is good on Dallas in the books now. And it is 29-17. Danson Marquez comes into the ball game. Chance Campbell in for Artesia. Campbell and Jarrett on the front for the Bulldogs, as now Sanchez going to come in for Hammond. I'll leave him in for the last 38 seconds of this first half. So Cardenas made the first. Now he'll eye the second, puts it up and gets them both. Gotta make them count from the free throw line. Lovington chips it back to an 11-point Artesia lead. Full court press is on. Wesson gets it on a desperation heave. He'll fall to the floor, loses the basketball, and into the hands of the Wildcats. Give it to Arroyo, running with 20 seconds to go in the first half. Drives in against Estrada, and he's going to be fouled. It'll be on the floor, but it'll be a two-shot foul. Estrada going to get whistled for his second, 10th team foul, and that'll put Arroyo back at the line to shoot two. Julian, 3 of 4 from the stripe. He's got 10 points in the first half. Trying to add to it. First one is up. He gets it to go. So now 11 for Arroyo. As Lovington chipping away back to 10. At one point it was 20, so they've gone on I believe it's a 12-2 run. Second up, and that one is good. So now under 10 points with 20 seconds to go in the first half. So Lovington going to put the full court pressure on. They send back Jarrett to try to bird dog. He'll push it into Hammond. Hammond going to get around and go in, bounce it underneath to Campbell, who makes a nifty little head fake and will put it up and in. Chance Campbell with 4 points in the ball game. Lovington back down with Arroyo, goes through traffic, puts up the shot, and they're going to call the charge on Arroyo. Julian, these guys will tee you up. Keep your mouth shut, young man. His third personal, 10th team foul, 11th turnover for Lovington. 6 seconds to go. Watch out for them to toss it in and try and get Wesson in the left corner as Arroyo checks out. Coming in his place will be Hector Bonilla. It's not inbounding at half court, though, as they'll get it into Sanchez. Bonilla on him tight. He'll bounce it back to Estrada. Estrada pushes it over to Hammond, who puts it up at the buzzer. No good. And whistles sound, and that'll do it for the first half. We have played a half here at Wildcat Gym. District opener. Artesia leading 31-20. We'll take a timeout. Come back with your Lovington Auto Supply Napa Know-How halftime show. This is Wildcat Basketball on the Lovington Sports YouTube channel and HobbsAmerica.com.
Attention shoppers. Bob's Thriftway welcomes you to Lovington, New Mexico. This week you'll save big on grocery items throughout their store. Save big on produce, household items, bread products, and meats. Every week, Bob's Thriftway has big savings for their customers. Bob's Thriftway is your local hometown grocery store. So for the freshest produce, the best meats, shop Bob's Thriftway, 906 West Avenue D in Lovington.
Introducing a smarter, easier way to manage your Lee County Electric account. It is called Smart. Now you can pay your bill anywhere, anytime, with 24-hour access to your account. It is free and simple to use. Just search for the Smart Hub app on your cell phone or device and download the free app, or go to our website at lcecnet.com and look for the Smart Hub logo to view your account or pay your bill online. Managing your Lee County Electric account conveniently and securely with Smart Hub. Lee County Electric, owned by those we serve.
It's no secret, at some point you'll have a question or need to replace or fix something on your vehicle. Whether your vehicle is new or ancient, Lovington Auto Supply is your trusted advisor when you need dependable auto parts. Not only do they have the parts you need, they have real answers to your real automotive questions, and that help keeps your vehicle running longer and stronger. Quality parts, helpful people. Lovington Auto Supply, 217 West Avenue D in Lovington. Napa, get up and go.
We're the pharmacy that you've trusted for over 75 years. Being open for that length of time can only happen with consistency, service, and local engagement. Now a Pharmacy has supported the local youth and City of Lovington for over 75 years. When you need a pharmacist, you can trust that Now a Pharmacy will be there for your needs. Go by Now a Pharmacy located at 122 West Adams in Lovington today. Now a Pharmacy, a proud supporter of the Lovington Wildcats.
Devon Energy is proud to support the athletic programs of Lovington High School this season. By partnering with local schools in Lovington, Devon is making an investment in the long-term future of the community. Sports teach discipline, teamwork, and leadership. Skills our youth will use to succeed for a lifetime. From the Devon team to yours, Devon Energy wishes you good luck this season, both on the field and in the classroom. Go Wildcats!
Eunice Pump and Supply has been around for over 30 years and is excited to continue their services to the community. They take pride in their employees and their hard work and dedication, and most importantly, take pride in the youth of Lee County. Eunice Pump and Supply is a proud supporter of all Lee County athletics and academics. Eunice Pump and Supply, 1310 Avenue O in Eunice, another proud supporter of Lee County athletics.
This is your Lovington Auto Supply Napa Know-How halftime show from Lovington Auto Supply, 217 West Avenue D. Whenever you need anything for your ride, go see the good folks at Lovington Auto Supply. Proud supporters of the Lovington Wildcats and Lady Cats. Napa, get up and go. Our score at the half is Artesia 31, Lovington 20. How did we get here? Well, let's take a look at the numbers in the first half. It was the Nick Sanchez show for the most part, at least in the first quarter for Artesia. He leads all scorers with 13 points, all coming in the first quarter. After that, it's been pretty balanced for Artesia. 4 points for Cameron Thorpe, 4 points for Chance Campbell, and everybody else with a bucket. You've got Peyton Deans with 2, Nia Estrada with 2, Diego Wesson with 2, David Hammond with 2, and Riley Jarrett with 2. Leading rebounder was Campbell. He had 5 in that first half. 17 total rebounds as a team for Artesia. They go a perfect 10 of 10 from the free throw line. They get 15 in the first, 16 in the second. That's how they get to their 31. They had 8 turnovers in that first half. Turning the page for your Lovington Wildcats, Julian Arroyo doing everything he can to keep the Cats in this one. He's got 12 points in the first half, 3 for DeMarcus Thompson, 3 for Micah Pondo. And you've got 2 in the books for Ondalis Cardenas. Lovington goes 5 of 8 in the first half from the free throw line. They score 9 in the first, 11 in the second to get to their 20. Leading rebounder Thompson with 5. Lovington with 14 rebounds in the first half and 11 turnovers. You know, only 3 rebounds behind, but Artesia's having way too many looks, especially on the offensive glass, and that's led to quite a few points. So Lovington going to have to find a way to remedy that situation. Lovington, I don't think quite was expecting the intensity that Artesia has come out with. As they have come out, they are running and gunning. And Lovington has just been ice cold, especially in that second quarter. They had trouble finding any offensive rhythm. They'd get things in and then they'd be out. Of course, then you had some problems with a technical foul being called and things getting a little bit chippy, as we like to say. And well, they've definitely been getting chippy here this evening as Artesia, number 6 team in the state, Lovington at number 17 in the rankings. Of course, this is the district opener for both teams, and we say it every year. This is going to be a meat grinder of a district. You've got 4 very good teams. Lovington, of course, being able to run, I think, with anybody when they can get everything going and going in the right direction. But would sure be nice to knock off Artesia, and I do not think when it's all said and done here in about 3 weeks, 3-4 weeks, that they're going to take all 4 teams in this district. So you definitely don't want to be in that number 4 slot. You don't want to be looking up in the standings going into next week's games against First Goddard and then Portales. So for the Lovington Wildcats, make some adjustments, keep playing tough underneath, but keep yourself under control. Artesia's going to thrive if you let yourself go and play their game. Make them play your game. Keep under control. Keep the emotions in check and get the offense going some way, somehow. So for the Wildcats, some work to do in the second half. We'll see what the adjustments are when they come out for the second half as the Cats trail by 11, but they did go on a 10-0 run in that second quarter, so they have got it in them. Wildcat basketball tonight proudly brought to you by the First American Bank of Lovington, Now Pharmacy, Devon Energy, Lovington Auto Supply, the Lovington Schools, Eunice Pump and Supply, Bob's Thriftway, Lee County Electric Cooperative, Man Welding, and Stone Willfield Services. We'll take a quick timeout, come back with the second half. This has been your Lovington Auto Supply Napa Know-How halftime show from Lovington Auto Supply, 217 West Avenue D in Lovington. Napa, get up and go. Wildcat basketball continues in a moment here on the Lovington Sports YouTube channel, HobbsAmerica.com, and on the Z94 Facebook page.
School is back in session, and we are excited excited to be back. The Lovington Municipal School District welcomes our amazing students, staff, and families. With over 3,000 students across 10 campuses, the Lovington School District is the pride of Lee County. As we build Champion Cats, we're looking forward to seeing you at school activities. For on-demand updates about Lovington schools, please log on to lovingtonschools.net.
Stone Oilfield Services says many traffic fatalities may be caused by an intoxicated driver. So do yourself and your community a favor and remember the 3 C's of safety: caution, courtesy, and above all, common sense. Safe and sober driving is everyone's responsibility. That message was from Stone Oilfield Services in Lovington, a name you can trust and depend on. For quality and integrity, call 575-396-1840. From the Stone family and staff at Stone Oilfield Services,
Honest, trustworthy. Man welding gives you confidence you made the right decision. Jimmy Carter and his exceptional man welding team support Wildcat Athletics and the Lovington School. Man Welding is your local welding company. Big jobs or small jobs, call Man Welding 396-4540. Any welding job, any welding question, call 396-4540. Together, we'll fabricate the future. You made the right decision. You call Man Welding. Man up.
When it comes to your hard-earned money, selecting the right bank is vital. Hi, I'm David Campbell, president of First American Bank in Lovington. First American Bank in Lovington is part of this community. So bank with trusted partners you know, and trusted partners that are part of this area we call home. First American Bank offers all the advantages big corporate banks do, and we do our banking with hometown support and commitment. Choose First American Bank, 19 West Washington in Lovington. We want to earn your trust, then earn your business.
Welcome back to Wildcat Gym and Art Carger Court. The Lovington Wildcats and the Artesia Bulldogs tonight in the district opener, and the Bulldogs leading right now 31-20. I'm TJ Miracle flying solo tonight. Dawn Morgan on assignment with the Hobbs Lady Eagles. Great to have you with us here on the Lovington Sports YouTube channel. Remember, we provide that for you absolutely free of charge. Do please subscribe. We provide it free of charge thanks to our sponsors who you're hearing tonight and seeing on the bottom of your screen. Please subscribe to that channel and tell your friends and family that it's absolutely free to watch all the Wildcats games. We also, I think I can announce this now safely. We have gotten exclusive video rights for all Lee County teams in the first round of the playoffs, as long as they're not in Albuquerque. So please subscribe to the Lovington Sports YouTube channel. All right, it'll be Lovington basketball trailing by 11 as we start the second half. It's the starters on the floor for your Wildcats, as it'll be Arroyo into the front court, hands it off to Thompson. Thompson to Betancourt, over to Cardenas. Cardenas picks up the dribble, now gets it to Wyatt. As Gomez goes between the legs and hands it to Arroyo. Thorpe stays on him very tight. Wyatt going to come over, set the pick. Arroyo takes it to the right base, drives in hard to the rack, and his shot won't go, and it'll be Campbell with the rebound. But Lovington going to steal it right back away and on the floor, and they are going to call timeout as trying to bounce it off of the legs of Campbell was Gomez. It'll be a 30, so we will keep it right here. Lovington coming out. Looks like they are in attack mode. So we'll keep it right here with the 30-second timeout. Lovington trying to keep possession, trailing by 11. Of course, the Lovington Sports YouTube channel, once we hit 1,000 subscribers, I will pull $100 out of my pocket. Not coming from the stations, not coming from the sponsors, coming out of my pocket just to say thank you for subscribing. Hey, you're watching the Cats anyway, you might as well subscribe on the YouTube channel. Could get you $100. So Wyatt Gomez will inbound it from right of his own bucket. Lovington trailing by 11. Going to try and keep the intensity up. You know Artesia's going to. So Gomez to inbound it against Campbell. Bounces in, and Thompson gets it and puts it under, saves it, gets it out to Cardenas, and that one is going to be off the mark, and it'll go out of bounds, and the last touch by Thompson. So Thompson saved it, tried to get it out, but not to be that time. So Artesia will have their first possession of the second half. It comes 45 seconds gone in the third. As Sanchez to the front court, works against Cardenas. Sanchez just going to roll it over basically to Wesson in the far right corner. Bounce it over to Campbell, throw it into a cutting Thorpe, who takes it high off the rack, won't go, and it'll be Arroyo off of the tip. Julian gets away from Sanchez, takes it in, goes himself coast to coast. It's up. It not going to fall, and Thorpe with the rebound. Artesia going to get in their transition game. Wesson goes around, picks up the dribble, almost travels, slips, but saves it out to a wide open Jarrett on the left baseline and up and in. Riley Jarrett now with 4 points in the ball game, and Artesia strikes first in the third. 33-12, 6.5 remaining in the third. Thompson works against Wesson to Betancourt. Now he'll just hand it off and then set the pick for Arroyo. 17-footer. That one is going to be short and saved back in, but right into the hands of the Bulldogs. So back down comes Artesia. Push it forward to Wesson. He'll pull up from 15 on the right base. No good. And the push by Campbell not going to go, and it's loose on the floor. And finally coming away with it is Zadrick. Betancourt will get it. That's his fourth rebound and leave it off for Julian in the backcourt. 2 minutes gone in the third. Lovington still looking for their first score of this second half. Cardenas to Betancourt, back to Cardenas. Now they're just going to play catch. Arroyo with it. He works against Thorpe. Spin move as he goes to the right block, puts up a shot, and they're going to call the charge on Arroyo. That'll be the fourth personal on Arroyo, and that'll be the 12th turnover for Lovington. Arroyo just shakes his head over at Coach Pat and goes, I don't know what I got to do here. So Arroyo going to come off the floor. Bonilla going to check in. And it'll be Artesia basketball. So Jarrett to inbound it. As it'll be Sanchez, dealing with some other stuff behind the scenes here. Tiff, if you're listening, really not good when I'm running by myself to do that. So it'll be Sanchez to the left baseline. He'll put up the 12-footer, no good, and off the tip, it'll be Wesson with the rebound, and he'll drive in. He's going to be fouled and going to the line for two as they're going to call the hack on Betancourt. His second personal. First team foul, and Wesson will go to the line for two. So Wesson at the stripe. 2 for 2 from the line, make it 3 for 3. Now 34-20, up to a 14-point lead. So Wesson at the line, 3 points in the ball game, all from the line. Puts up his next one, and that one is too hard, and it'll be Cardenas with the rebound, his second. Pressure on again as Bonilla now in, will run the point, brings it to the front court, hands it off to Thompson. Thompson to Cardenas. Lovington still looking for their first bucket of the second half. Cardenas flips it to Bonilla. He'll hand it to Betancourt as they work around and drive it in underneath to a wide open Gomez, but he's going to be fouled. Shot won't fall, but Campbell will pick up his second personal. First team foul on Artesia. So at the line for two will be Wyatt Gomez. Gomez 0 for 2 on the line. So he will look to finally put Lovington on the board. 3 minutes gone here in the third quarter. So the offense tonight letting the Cats down a little bit, just kind of like it did the Lady Cats in the first game. There's Gomez too hard as that one's no good. And the score remains 34-20. So Gomez misses the first. Now he'll eye the second. Bends the knees, puts that one up. A little bit flatter trajectory, no good. And the rebound by Campbell, his ninth. They're going to try and run and gun down the other way. It's batted around, bopped around. Finally, Lovington going to come up with it. 10th turnover for Artesia, and a foul going to be called on the Bulldogs. They're going to call Wesson, and they're going to call the push on Wesson. That'll be his second personal, second team foul on the Bulldogs. So give it to Lovington, and timeout is going to be taken by the Wildcats with 4 minutes and about 50 seconds remaining in the third quarter. It's Lovington trailing Artesia 34-20. We're back in 30 seconds here on the Lovington Sports YouTube channel and HobbsAmerica.com.
Attention shoppers, Bob's Thriftway welcomes you to Lovington, New Mexico. This week you'll save big on grocery items throughout their store. Save big on produce, household items, bread products, and meats. Every week, Bob's Thriftway has big savings for their customers. Bob's Thriftway is your local hometown grocery store. So for the freshest produce, the best meats, shop Bob's Thriftway, 906 West Avenue D in Lovington.
And welcome back to Wildcat Gym and Art Carter Court. The Wildcats taking the time out, trying to figure out what is going on with the offense. They are on a big scoring drought right now. Coach Casey Pack will take the time out to try and get his troops back in the swing of this one. Trailing by 14, 4:53 to go here in the first half. On TJ Miracle out of the Cats timeout. It'll be Lovington basketball. Ognalis Cardenas will inbound it. Artesia in the full court press. Wouldn't expect anything else. And whoa, Bonilla has trouble with it, but will corral it. He'll get it back to Dallas across the court. Finally get it across the timeline. No call on Campbell as he mugs Betancourt. Betancourt will sling it along the baseline. It'll go out and last touched by the Cats. 13 turnovers now for Lovington as the woes continue for the Wildcats. 4:42 to go in the third as Guzman will check in. Guzman a couple of rebounds in the ball game. Coming in to try and add a little more physical presence underneath. Gomez comes out as Coach Pack tells him it's all right. Just be ready to go back in a few minutes as Wesson will just walk it up into the offensive zone for the Bulldogs. Push it over, stolen away. Betancourt with it. Off of the steal. He will drive it coast to coast, and Zadrick lays it up and in. His first points of the ball game. And Lovington finally on the board in the second half. And it comes as we hit the halfway mark of the third quarter. 34-22. Not out of this yet, just a 12-point ball game as Artesia's had their troubles offensively as well. To Sanchez, who's been quiet since the first quarter, to Wesson. He'll drive in, goes to the left block, puts up a shot, and they will count the bucket and the foul. Diego Wesson now with 5 points in the ball game. And they are going to call the block, I believe, on Betancourt. They don't have the fouls working tonight on the board here. So if I look down for even a minute, yep, it'll be on Betancourt, his third personal, second team foul on Lovington. And so that'll put Wesson at the line for the and one. Now they're going to have to clean up a little moisture on the floor, looks like. Wesson 3 of 4 from the free throw line. Of course, next up for Lovington, Tuesday night on the road at Goddard and Roswell. For Artesia, they'll be taking on Portales. So Wesson for 3 the old-fashioned way, and the and one is good. So now it'll be 37-22 in favor of the Bulldogs, back to a 15-point lead. Bonilla to Cardenas, hippity hop to Marquez. Now back out to Bonilla, top of the arc. He works against Sanchez, trying to get a little away from him, get a little room to work, I should say. Cardenas goes through. Now to Thompson, right corner for 3. That one is off the mark. Fight for it underneath, and it'll be Wesson with the rebound, his second. Push it forward to Sanchez. As Sanchez works, takes it, 10-footer, and that one is going to be in and out off of the tip. And it'll be Guzman with his third rebound of the ball game. So Lovington with 3:10 remaining here in the third, trailing by 15. 4-possession ball game. They got to figure 5 possessions. They got to figure this out. And a bad pass is Bonilla trying to push it over to Marquez. Instead goes off of his foot. 14th turnover for Lovington. As some subs will check in as Wesson will come out. That's going to be Estrada going in for the Bulldogs. Got Cardenas, Thompson, Guzman, Marquez, and Bonilla on the floor for your Cats. And timeout going to be taken this time by Coach Mondragon. It'll just be a 30. We'll keep it right here. And say a big thank you to all the good folks who make Lovington Wildcat Sports possible. Here on the Lovington Sports YouTube channel, HobbsAmerica.com, and on the Z94 KZOR Facebook page. We couldn't do it without Stone Oilfield Services, Man Welding, Lee County Electric Cooperative, Bob's Thriftway, Eunice Pump and Supply, the Lovington Schools, Lovington Auto Supply, Devon Energy, Now Pharmacy, and the First American Bank of Lovington. Couldn't do this without them, and we couldn't do it without you. Of course, those sponsors, just a reminder, do keep our streams absolutely free. We never charge and we never ask for any personal information to watch your kids and teams play. And Walmart Digital, proud to be the official video providers for all 5 of our local school districts, boys and girls. So out of the Artesia timeout, 3 minutes remaining here in the third, 37-22, and Sanchez will bring it into the offensive zone to Campbell. Now swing it over to Jarrett, and Jarrett took an extra step, and he'll travel it. 13th turnover for Artesia. 13 turnovers Artesia, 14 for Lovington, but Artesia with the 15-point lead. Of course, they're going to have the full court press on. And inbounding from in front of the Artesia bench is Thompson. Gets it to Bonilla, who gets it right back to DeMarcus. They try and trap him up in the backcourt. They will. And we're going to have a collision at midcourt. Ball is loose on the floor. And we are going to have a jump ball called. And it'll be... Are they going to call the jump ball? Or are they going to call a foul? They talk about it and decide it'll be a jump ball. 15th turnover for Lovington as it goes to Artesia. Both of these teams playing hard. Lovington going to try and find any way they can to chip away at this 15-point lead. Toss it out to Jarrett. Now sling it to Sanchez. Sanchez, little turnaround from 5 on the baseline. Won't go. And the rebound will be made by Cardenas. Cardenas will bring it down, drives it in, and lays it up and in. Good. 24 now for Lovington. Trailing a little bit as Sanchez with it, and he'll get the push and the roll. He's got 15. 39-24, back to a 15-point lead, just like that for Artesia. To Cardenas, flip it to Bonilla, almost loses it. Will corral it in front of the Lovington bench. Moves it back out, hands it off to Marquez. Anson takes it right to left. Hand off to Cardenas, drives in, and they are going to call jump ball as Thorpe got the hand on it. Well, physical ball game, and sometimes things are getting whistled, sometimes they're not. It has been pretty much both ways, though. Just wished it was a little more consistent as Micah Pondo will check into the ball game as Bonilla heads to the bench. Now the inbound from Thompson to Cardenas, back to Thompson. Thompson now will flip it out to Pondo, who's going to run the point. Over to Cardenas, under 2 to play in the third. 39-24, Lovington trails. To Pondo, thinks about the 3, now drives right base, puts up the 10-footer, not going to fall, and the rebound by Peyton Deans. Deans will just leave it off for Sanchez, who takes it across the big cat into the offensive zone for Artesia. 90 seconds to go in the third. Now to Estrada. Artesia can just take the air to the ball if they want to. As Sanchez with it as Cardenas gets to him, going to keep him honest. Clock continues to move. Peyton Dean sets him a pick, then tries to set him a screen. They'll just work it back around to Jarrett, to Thorpe. Eating the time, Thorpe, 3 on the way. That one no good, and it'll be Jarrett with the rebound, and then Pondo will get it. So 5th rebound for Jarrett. Pondo will have his first rebound. Lovington basketball is pushing it out of trouble. Now to Thompson, under a minute to go, third quarter. To Pondo, thinks about the 3, now drives into the left base, puts up the little push from there, and Micah's got it to fall. He's got 5 in the ball game. 39-26, Lovington back to within 13. 38 seconds to go here in the third. Sanchez from the left elbow, 15-footer is good. Every time Lovington gets something to happen, Artesia answers right back, and now a steal back the other way. And it'll be Sanchez with it, takes it in and gets the roll, but winds up with his own rebound. And then they're going to call jump ball. Great job by DeMarcus Thompson to tie him up as Sanchez points and grabs. As one ref whistled a foul, the other whistled jump ball. Looked pretty clean. They've called that a jump ball all night. I think it needs to stay a jump ball, no matter what the orange-clad faithful say, and they say it will be jump ball. Possession arrow stays with Artesia, if I'm reading that right. It should be, it'll be Artesia basketball. Coach Mondragon is not a happy camper down there. So Lovington going to have to scamper back on the offensive side. Now Wyatt Gomez will come in for Zeke Guzman. 18 seconds to go here in the third. 41-26 the score. Lovington trailing. Only 6 points in the quarter, and Thompson will knock away the inbound out of bounds. It'll stay Artesia basketball on the right base. They're going to get Sanchez to inbound it. Cardenas, Thompson, Gomez. Pondo and Marquez on the floor for the Wildcats as Estrada off the inbound. 15-foot runner, no good, but he'll wind up with his own rebound, and he'll feed it underneath to Jarrett. He won't get it to go, and it'll be Deans with the rebound, and he's fouled. He'll go to the line. Too many offensive boards for Artesia. They're going to call the hack foul on Thompson. For DeMarcus, his first personal, third team foul. And now Peyton Deans at the line to shoot two. Artesia with 4 looks at the bucket right there. Way too many. So Deans, his first trip to the line, puts up the first, and that one's too hard off the iron. No good. So the score remains 41-26 as Hammond will come in for Sanchez. And Guzman will go in. I've got to think probably for Gomez. Yep, he'll go in for Gomez. Guzman and Marquez in the front blocks for the Wildcats. Deans missed the first. Eyes his second. Will put that one up, and he gets that one to fall. Of course he does. So now it's 42-26. Lovington at the buzzer. Pondo lets one fly, and they are going to call Pondo for a foul, and the official from across the way going to come over, and they're going to talk about it. And now they're moving out players. So let's see what's going on. Did they call Pondo for that? They did, and so that'll be a turnover for Lovington. Pondo picks up his second foul. Coach Casey is not a happy man. That'll be the 4th team foul on the Wildcats. A lot of dead time and downtime in this ball game. Pardon me, but you do want them to get all the calls right and make sure that everything is right on the board. And they just put 3 minutes back on the board. I'm pretty sure that's not right. Should be about 6 seconds. So not sure what all's going on out there. They're going to send Anson Marquez to the bench. They're going to send Lovington to their benches. And they're going to call over Robert Areola. I think there's some question about what's going on at the scorer's table. So they're working out the scorer's clock. So while they get this figured out, let's go ahead and take a timeout. We'll be back as we continue Lovington Wildcat basketball here on the Lovington Sports YouTube channel and HobbsAmerica.com.
Devon Energy is proud to support the athletic programs of Lovington High School this season. By partnering with local schools in Lovington, Devon is making an investment in the long-term future of the community. Sports teach discipline, teamwork, and leadership. Skills our youth will use to succeed for a lifetime. From the Devon team to yours, Devon Energy wishes you good luck this season, both on the field and in the classroom. Go Wildcats!
Eunice Pump and Supply has been around for over 30 years and is excited to continue their services to the community. They take pride in their employees and their hard work and dedication, and most importantly, take pride in the youth of Lee County. Eunice Pump and Supply is a proud supporter of all Lee County athletics and academics. Eunice Pump and Supply, 1310 Avenue O in Eunice, another proud supporter of Lee County athletics.
All right, so we got the clock worked out. We've got 3.9 seconds remaining here in the quarter as it'll be Estrada at the buzzer for 3 off of the inbound, and it'll be an air ball, so we head to the 4th. The Artesia Bulldogs leading your Lovington Wildcats by a score of 42-26. We'll be back as Wildcat basketball continues here on the Lovington Sports YouTube channel and HobbsAmerica.com.
School is back in session, and we are excited to be back. The Lovington Municipal School District welcomes our amazing students, staff, and families. With over 3,000 students across 10 campuses, the Lovington School District is the pride of Lee County. As we build champion cats, we're looking forward to seeing you at school activities. For on-demand updates about Lovington schools, please log on to lovingtonschools.net.
Stone Oilfield Services says many traffic fatalities may be caused by an intoxicated driver. So do yourself and your community a favor and remember the 3 C's of safety: caution, courtesy, and above all, common sense. Safe and sober driving is everyone's responsibility. That message was from Stone Oilfield Services in Lovington, a name you can trust and depend on. For quality and integrity, call 575-396-1840. from the Stone family and staff at Stone Oilfield Services.
And welcome back to Wildcat Gym. Fourth quarter time as the Cats with some work to do, a hole to dig out of as they are trailing this one by 16 points. I'm TJ Miracle flying solo tonight. Great to have you along as we are back and start of the fourth quarter. Lovington has really not had one of those complete quarters as of yet. They took an early lead in the first quarter, but since then it's pretty much been all Artesia. So Lovington basketball trailing by 16 to Pondo, top of the arc. 3 ball on the way, and that one is going to be off the mark and out of bounds and over to Artesia. Yeah, Lovington has only gotten 3 3-pointers to go tonight. You live by the 3, you die by the 3, and Lovington right now dying by it. So Sanchez will bring it into the front court. He's the biggest cat killer of all tonight, 17 in the books for him. Sanchez uses up the dribble in front of his bench, gives it to Jarrett, now to Thorpe. Thompson gets on him quickly, and they'll cycle it through, and Lovington steps in and picks it away. Back down come the Wildcats. Pondo runs the point, takes it left to right, gives it to Cardenas, almost loses it. He'll spin into the lane, loses the basketball. It is loose on the court, and it is a mad scramble for it. And they're going to call jump ball, and that'll be a turnover for the Wildcats. They're 18th of the ball game. Too much trouble hanging on to the basketball tonight for Lovington as Julian Arroyo waits to check in for the Cats. He'll go in for Micah Pondo. Arroyo playing with 4 fouls, but they are going to need his court leadership, and if he can get an open look or 5 at 3 balls, he can make them go if he heats up. So Sanchez will bring it across the timeline for the Bulldogs. He'll toss it over to Wesson. Is Wesson. Long cross-court pass to Sanchez. His 3 ball on the way from the left side. That'll be an air ball, and it'll be Thompson who comes away with it for the Wildcats. To Arroyo. He gets a screen from Thompson, pulls up in the left elbow, throws the fastball underneath, loose on the court, and another turnover for the Wildcats. 2 possessions, 2 turnovers for Lovington. Sanchez tries to get the foul. They'll get it to Jarrett at the free throw line, and it is good. Riley Jarrett now with 6 points in the ball game, and for the 4th time in the game, every quarter, Artesia has gotten the first score. So Cardenas to Gomez. Now to Arroyo. 3 on the way left side, and that one going to stick up. But he'll be fouled. He'll get a 3-point shot as they're going to call the punch on Thorpe. That'll be his 3rd personal, just the 3rd team foul on Artesia. So at the line to shoot 3, he'll be Julian Arroyo. Julian with 12 points in the ball game. None in the second half, though. They definitely need to take advantage of the free throws. They're only 50-50 from the charity stripe tonight. 5 of 10, all 5 of those coming from Arroyo. Julian's first is up, and I shouldn't have said anything as he missed that one. Now he's 5 of 7 from the free throw line. 6:23 to go in the ball game, 44-26. Artesia trying to run away and hide with this one. Lovington trying to keep within striking distance as Arroyo going to miss 2. And so now we'll see. He's got 3 as Betancourt will check in for Marquez. And you've got Gomez and Thompson, Arroyo, Cardenas, and Betancourt in. 3rd shot for Julian. Finally gets one to fall, and Lovington cracks one into the books as the inbound will come to Sanchez for the Bulldogs. 6:20 to go. Artesia can really afford just to kind of take the air out of it here if they want to and play keep away for the next 6.5 minutes. Sanchez thinks about an NBA +3. Now he'll drive in, leave it off for Wesson. Wesson to Sanchez. Now he will pull an NBA 3 from the left wing. That one clanks off the iron, and it'll be Arroyo, his 5th rebound of the ball game. So Julian to the front court. Keeps it as we click under 6 to play. Julian directs traffic, works against Thorpe. 10-footer from the right baseline and rattles home. Julian Arroyo for the Wildcats. As now Artesia running back the other way. Thorpe thinks about the 3, now goes to the left block. Gets it to Campbell, turnaround from 8. No good, and it'll be Wesson with the rebound, and he's going to be fouled. He'll go to the line for 2. Couple of cats in the neighborhood. Let's see which one they're going to get for it. They're going to get Arroyo on that on the hack. That is his 5th, I believe. So if that's it for Arroyo, and it will be 5th foul for Arroyo, Julian going to foul out of the game. 15 points, 5 rebounds, and that is a tough loss for the Wildcats. He comes over and Gets a hug from Coach Michael Mondragon. So Lovington losing their most effective offensive weapon tonight as he fouls out with 5.5 to go in the ball game. So now Wesson at the line to shoot 2. Bends the knees, puts up the first, and it is in and out, no good. So the score remains 44-29. 15-point lead for Artesia. Lovington has had their opportunities, have just not been able to get really anything to fall tonight offensively. Second shot is up for Wesson. It's good. Now 45-29 is the score, and timeout going to be taken. And it is a full timeout as Artesia will take it, and will take it with them. 45-29, Artesia in the lead. Back in 30 seconds here on the Lovington Sports YouTube channel and HobbsAmerica.com.
Honest, trustworthy. Man Welding gives you confidence you made the right decision. Jimmy Carter and his exceptional Man Welding team support Wildcat Athletics and the Lovington School. Man Welding is your local welding company. Big jobs or small jobs, call Man Welding 396-4540. Any welding job, any welding question, call 396-4540. Together, we'll fabricate the future. You made the right decision. You call Man Welding. Man up.
When it comes to your hard-earned money, selecting the right bank is vital. Hi, I'm David Campbell, president of First American Bank in Lovington. First American Bank in Lovington is part of this community. So bank with trusted partners you know, and trusted partners that are part of this area we call home. First American Bank offers all the advantages big corporate banks do, and we do our banking with hometown support and commitment. Choose First American Bank, 19 West Washington in Lovington. We want to earn your trust, then earn your business.
Lovington basketball out of the Artesia timeout. 5.5 remaining in the ball game. I'm TJ Miracle to Cardenas in the front court. He goes in, goes hard to the rack, puts up the shot, won't fall. Not good, but he goes to the line. It's the push foul going to be called on Chance Campbell, his third personal. Fourth team foul. I like the attack mode that Lovington has gone into. Maybe should have thought about this a little bit earlier. Dwight Gomez will come over, talk to Coach Casey Pack as Cardenas at the line. Dallas puts up the first and gets the roll. Lovington went on a 10-0 run in the second quarter. They could do that here. That would get this one chipped away. So Cardenas made the first. He eyes the second. Let me back that off a little bit. There we go. And going to miss that one. And it'll be another rebound for Campbell, his 10th. And a whistle sounds quickly. And now the official's going to talk about things again over in the deep right corner. And off the rebound, they're going to say out of bounds off Lovington. So a 15-point lead for Artesia. That's pretty much what they stretched it out to and what they've kept it at for much of this second half. Front court, Lovington into a zone. On defense as we click down to 5 minutes to play in the ball game. Sanchez works against Cardenas, handed off to Thorpe. Thorpe cycles left to right, will hand off to Wesson. Wesson against Cardenas, pushes off, no call. Get a pick from Campbell, and yep, they're going to call Campbell. They're going to get him for the moving screen or the pick. Nope, they're going to get him for the charge. That'll be his fourth personal. That'll be the fifth team foul, 15th turnover for Artesia. They'll give it to Lovington. It'll be Thompson to inbound it from between the scorer's table and the Artesia bench. Into Bonilla. Hector checking into the ball game. Thompson almost loses it, gets it to Betancourt. He'll sling it hard down the baseline. Was trying to get Wyatt Gomez, but throws it away. Turnover 20 for Lovington. As now it'll be Anson Marquez to check in on the next dead ball. 4:45 remaining in the ball game. 45-30 in favor of Artesia. Lovington just not able to find their offensive groove tonight. Hadn't played poorly defensively, just the offense hadn't worked. Phil Wesson, bounce pass underneath, trying to get it to Sanchez, and gets it away from him as things start getting a little sloppy. Here later in the game as Betancourt will check out and Marquez will check in for him. Bonilla, Thompson, Cardenas, Marquez, and Gomez on the floor for your Wildcats. Trying to get it in, and they will right at the 5 count. Thompson gets it right back from Bonilla. DeMarcus uses up the dribble, back to Hector, now back to Thompson. Thompson crosses over into the offensive zone. They try and trap him up, needs some help. Cardenas is there on the bounce pass. Now over, right corner. Marquez thinks about the three and will just cycle it out, and they'll reset with Bonilla between the rings near the cat. Halfway to go here in the fourth. Lovington has got to start taking some shots. Bonilla inside now. 10-footer for Marquez. No good. And Wesson is there with the rebound. His fourth. Lovington, no boards in the second half. They've got boards, just not when they needed them. As Thorpe from 12 on the left side. He'll put up his 6th point of the ball game. Now 47-30, up to a 17-point lead. Full court press still on for Artesia. Marquez will get away from it. Anson tries to bounce it off of Artesia legs, but I think they're going to call the kick ball. Yep, they will, and it'll stay Lovington basketball. So some work for the Cats to do before they head over to face the Goddard Rockets on Tuesday night. There at, I believe they call it the launch pad. Of course, a familiar face now on the sidelines for Goddard. Coach Wade Scott, former Lovington girls coach, I believe is the head coach now for Goddard. As Gomez looks to get it in, and he does not. It'll be a 5-second violation and another turnover for Lovington. Got to figure out how to break the pressure. Micah Pondo waits to check back in. Sanchez will just calmly take it into the front court for Artesia. They're not going to be in any hurry, you wouldn't think. As Thorpe will have it, picks up the dribble, gets it around to Wesson in the right corner. Down to the deep right corner with Jarrett. His 15-footer won't fall. And off the bounce, the rebound will be made by Bonilla. Now Artesia going to drop back in defense. 3 minutes to play. As Lovington continues to look for the shot. Swinging around to Cardenas in front of the student section. And just keep moving it around. Not a lot of urgency now for the Cats, trailing by 17. Gomez out of the right wing with Thompson. Thompson pushes back out to Cardenas, gets tipped by Sanchez back into Dallas's hands. Keep moving it around. Bonilla to Thompson. Keeping the pressure on, and the Lovington faithful as Bonilla, long-range three-pointer, no good, but nobody there to rebound it except Diego Wesson. He has his 5th. Wesson drives through underneath Jarrett, and he will get the bucket and the foul. They're going to whistle Marquez for that one. Jarrett now with 8 points in the ball game. Now 49-30. And the foul on Marquez. 7th team foul on Lovington. I missed a couple. As some of the bench going to start coming in now for Lovington. Is Jarrett at the line for 3 the old-fashioned way. Trying to make it a 20-point lead. Now the bench going to start coming in for Lovington too as Oscar Galindo checks into the ball game. Also in Diego Garcia. So the Cats fighting hard tonight. The defense not letting them down, but the offense a little bit. And Jarrett will get that one 3 the old-fashioned way, as they say. And that'll make it a 20-point Artesia lead. As we've got some subs coming in for both squads. And so now it'll be Garcia to inbound to Bonilla. Back to Garcia as Hammond in the ball game for Artesia. Uses up the dribble, sling it back to Bonilla. He works it into the front court against Rascon. And they'll work it back. Lovington with 2 minutes to go. To Garcia, and bang, the three-point dagger. Where has that been all night? They've been trying it, but it hadn't fallen, but it did right then. So Lovington gets it back to 17, under 2 minutes remaining in the ball game. Is coming through as Estrada. Bounce it into Deans, and he is going to get hammered by Galindo. He'll go to the line for 2. Oscar's first personal, 18 foul. Deans to the line, where he is 1 of 2 on the night. So Deans to the line. 50-33, 144 remaining in the ball game. Lovington will fall to 0-1 on the district season, and to 11-8 overall. Couple more Cats waiting to check into the ball game. Putting Adam Sanchez. Zeke Guzman. Dean's first is up, and he short arms it. So our score remains 50-33. Next Friday night, or rather next Tuesday night, we will be at the launch pad in Roswell Goddard High School. The Cats going to try and look and bounce back against the Goddard Rockets. 5:30 for the girls' game. The boys following immediately afterward. That one no good, and the rebound by Galindo. So Galindo gets his first rebound of the ball game. Into the front court come the Cats with 90 seconds to go, trailing by 17. Garcia bounces it to Bonilla. Bonilla now to Sanchez into the ball game. He'll put it inside to Zeke. A little turnaround from 10, and he's going to be fouled. Zeke will head to the line for 2. They're going to call the block foul on Estrada. His second personal, 16 foul. And Guzman at the line, he'll shoot 2. Lovington has not had a good night from the free throw line. Zeke's first one is up, and that one is off the iron. And he's checking in for Artesia. Will be Adrian Zamaron. Also coming in, that's Finley Rascon. He stays in the ball game. 1:23 to go. Guzman at the line misses the first. He'll eye the second. As the student section hollers, come on, Zeke, and off of the rebound, it'll be Estrada with it. He'll bring it down, feeds it forward to Hammond, and they're going to call the travel on Hammond before he gets the shot off. 17th turnover for Artesia. So Lovington basketball, 1:17 remaining in the ball game. Sanchez will inbound it as Garcia into Ishmael Martinez, who just checked in. Galindo. Lovington works it around. Give it to Guzman. Now over to Sanchez. Guzman sets the screen for Sanchez. Adam thinks about the three, thinks better of it. Out to Galindo with under a minute to play. To Rodriguez, picks up the dribble, gives it to Zeke, then back to Garcia. Garcia from the free throw line to Galindo. Big boy with a three-pointer off the glass, and bang! Where did that come from? Hammond tries to save it, and he goes out of bounds, and Artesia going to turn it back over. 38 seconds to go. Lovington cuts it back to a 14-point lead. Trying to make things a little more respectable here at the end of the ball game. He'll bounce it over to Martinez. Martinez to the elbow, gets his pocket picked by Estrada. He's going to bring it down, bounce it to Hammond, and he'll drive it in, and he's going to be fouled. They're going to get Galindo for his second personal. 24 seconds left in the ball game. Actually, they're going to whistle that on Martinez. And so it'll put Hammond at the line for 2. So Hammond, his first trip to the line tonight. Of course, as we mentioned, next Tuesday we'll be live at Goddard High School as Hammond's first one is up. Be around 5:30 for the girls' game. Lovington Lady Cats and the Lady Rockets here on the Lee County Lovington Sports YouTube channel, I should say, is that one off the mark, but the rebound can be made by Finley Rascon. Now over, and a 3-ball on the way. That one no good, and the rebound by Martinez. With 15 seconds to go, Lovington bringing it down. And a shot up, not gonna fall, and the rebound by Zamarin. So now Artesia runs it back, and they can just run it out. Zamarin to Zamarin at the buzzer for 3, off the mark, and that'll do it. And the Cats will fall tonight by a final of 51-36 to the Artesia Bulldogs, and will go to 0-1 in district. We will take a timeout, come back with your Now Pharmacy post-game show. I think we'll be hopefully talking with Coach Casey Pack too, get his thoughts on this one and get you ready for next week. This is Wildcat Basketball on the Lovington Sports YouTube channel, HobbsAmerica.com, and the Z94 Facebook page.
Attention shoppers, Bob's Thriftway welcomes you to Lovington, New Mexico. This week you'll save big on grocery items throughout their store. Save big on produce, household items, bread products, and meats. Every week, Bob's Thriftway has big savings for their customers. Bob's Thriftway is your local hometown grocery store. So for the freshest produce, the best meats, shop Bob's Thriftway, 906 West Avenue D in Lovington.
Introducing a smarter, easier way to manage your Lee County Electric account. It is called Smart. Now you can pay your bill anywhere, anytime, with 24-hour access to your account. It is free and simple to use. Just search for the Smart Hub app on your cell phone or device and download the free app, or go to our website at lcecnet.com and look for the Smart Hub logo to view your account or pay your bill online. Managing your Lee County Electric account conveniently and securely with Smart Hub. Lee County Electric, owned by those we serve.
It's no secret, at some point you'll have a question or need to replace or fix something on your vehicle. Whether your vehicle is new or ancient, Lovington Auto Supply is your trusted advisor when you need dependable auto parts. Not only do they have the parts you need, they have real answers to your real automotive questions, and that help keeps your vehicle running longer and stronger. Quality parts, helpful people. Lovington Auto Supply, 217 West Avenue D in Lovington. Napa, get up and go.
We're the pharmacy that you've trusted for over 75 years. Being open for that length of time can only happen with consistency, service, and local engagement. Now a Pharmacy has supported the local youth and City of Lovington for over 75 years. When you need a pharmacist, you can trust that Now a Pharmacy will be there for your needs. Go by Now a Pharmacy located at 122 West Adams in Lovington today. Now a Pharmacy, a proud supporter of the Lovington Wildcats.
And welcome back to your Now Pharmacy postgame show. I'm TJ Miracle. Thanks for being with us tonight. The Cats falling 51-36 as Coach Casey Pack joins us here at the broadcast location. Coach, can you hear me okay?
Yes, sir.
All right, let me get your mic turned on. Let's try that again. All right, Coach. Well, not the way you wanted to start district. I know 51-36. It just seemed like nothing quite worked, especially on the offense tonight.
Yeah, we never got any rhythm. Took some bad shots, forced shots. We never let the offense work in our favor, and you saw it firsthand.
Well, there was some good things, though, throughout the game. You kept it pretty close early. The defense seemed to have, a little bit of the Artesia number, at least, at times. Nick Sanchez did what Nick Sanchez is just going to do. We've been calling that kid's name since he was like 5, I think.
I know.
But he seems to have been around forever. But, you take, some good with the bad in this ball game, too. So what, did you see going forward in this game that you can build on moving forward, and of course knowing you're going to have to see Artesia again down the road?
We got to work on our mistakes. At times, when we want to control the tempo, but Artesia kind of pushed the tempo and then forced us, and then next thing you know, we're getting downhill, having some bad shots. We just got to be a little more disciplined, in the game. We got to value our possessions at times, and at times we don't value the possession. So.
Well, a tough way to go, and another thing, rebounds tonight. Too many second looks, I would say, for them, especially on the offensive glass for Artesia.
Yeah, that's been our downgrade for the last 2 years. All that is attitude and effort. Get in front of somebody. Try. They do have a definite height advantage on us, but, still, that's just attitude and effort.
So attitude, and I like that. So, hey, you got to put this one behind you. You got to get ready now for the Goddard Rockets on Tuesday night. What can we expect to see from Goddard, especially since I believe they have a new coach over there that we happen to know a little bit. So
yeah.
Wade Scott, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, and you'll correct me if I am, is the boys coach over there now. So, what can we expect to see out of that squad that, maybe we haven't seen before?
Well, the good and the bad thing is they're all seniors. So next year, just like Artesia, they're pretty much all seniors. So we got a bunch of young kids really playing against seniors. So they're not as big as, they got the Price kid who's 6'6". We'll have our struggles with them, but their guard play, they go 6'6" and then go like us. So we match up a lot better with them than we do Artesia.
Well, going to be looking forward to that, but again, tonight not quite what you wanted, but there were some bright spots. 15 points for Julian Arroyo, DeMarcus Thompson getting 7-8 rebounds in the ball game. And, pretty balanced scoring as far as everybody after Arroyo. Probably not nearly as much as you would want, but, some things to build on moving forward. And, hey, it's just the start of district. We've still got, 5 more of these things, right?
Yeah. If you've been paying attention to me, and I don't want to say it's bad luck or good luck, but I've always started off 0-2 since I've been a head coach here, and then we got going.
Yes, you did.
So I want to break the charm on that Tuesday night and beat Goddard.
Well, hopefully we will. We will be, of course, at Roswell Goddard on Tuesday night, 7 o'clock or so for the boys' game. We'll have the girls' game before that. So, Coach Pack, anything else you'd like to say tonight?
No, I just want to, our kids played hard, but I want to, the support that Lovington has for us. Wow, it was a great crowd tonight.
It was. It was pretty much a packed house. I like it when we have to pull the bleachers out up here.
I hope we didn't scare people off. We're going to get better.
Hey, you had your moments, and it is going to get better. Coach Casey Pack joining us here on the postgame show. Coach, thanks, and we'll see you Tuesday
All right,
night.
thank you. Appreciate it.
Now Pharmacy postgame show here on the Lovington Sports YouTube channel and HobbsAmerica.com. Big thanks to Coach Casey Pack, always being willing to join us win or lose. And tonight, not what they wanted, losing 51-36 the final. But again, high point man Julian Arroyo with 15 and 26 rebounds as a team. So, some things to work on. And you heard Coach Pack say it, they're young. They've just got to continue to work on a few things. And I think they'll be okay moving on down the road. So with that, my friends, we will put a wrap on it. As not the way the Cats and Lady Cats wanted to start the season, going each one of them losing tonight to the Artesia Bulldogs and Lady Bulldogs respectively. Our next broadcast will be on Tuesday night, live from Goddard High School in Roswell. I will be solo again, be on the streamcast at around 5:20 for your Lovington Lady Cat Stone Oilfield Service pregame show. The tip-off for that one scheduled around 5:30. The boys will follow immediately afterward. So with, I can't talk all of a sudden. It's been a long week. So with that, my friends, we will put a wrap on your Now Pharmacy postgame show. Big thanks to all the good folks who make Lovington Wildcat sports possible, including Now Pharmacy. For over 75 years, the good folks at Now Pharmacy have been servicing all of Lee County, and they're proud supporters of Wildcat Athletics. Also, First American Bank of Lovington, Devon Energy, Lovington Auto Supply, the Lovington Schools, Eunice Pump and Supply, Bob's Driftway, Lee County Electric Cooperative, Man Welding, and Stone Oilfield Services. For Coach Casey Pack and for Dawn Morgan, I'm TJ Miracle saying so long from Wildcat Gym. This has been an exclusive presentation of Walmart Digital and Z94 KZOR Sports. Good night, everybody.